Hello and welcome to the Velveteen Lounge.
Don't speak so loud.
Uh-oh, somebody hung over. Somebody been drinking a bottle of wine.
Oh, yeah, I got a bottle of wine here. Good. Excellent. Yeah, good.
It's already scandalous and the broadcast has only just begun.
Hey, it's pretty good stuff.
I'll get in on that.
Much better than the $3.99 I paid.
Tastes like at least $4.99.
It's at least $5 worth of wine. This is actually $5 chuck, not the
Hi, Dime.
$2 chuck. So anyway, yeah. Al Oha. Hey, Dimey.
Dimey. Has anyone ever called you Dimey before just now?
You can call me wino. So anyway, so that was good.
We try not to call you wino to your face.
We actually tried this at a tasting.
Hi, Eric.
Recently, and this is
Hi, Mom.
Merino Old Wines. I believe this is Portuguese wine.
It is good.
Vino Tinto, and is a red blend. I don't think they make a big deal about what's in there. And this is a really good bottle. And it was a sale price, but it was still a very reasonable price.
It's buttery.
What it is, slightly buttery.
I find it buttery.
Sustainable.
And I mean that in a
wine
good
growing. Anyway, so a really nice red wine, balanced, like dry without being flinty, and nice fruity flavor. So,
Hi, Lisa
recommended
and
Merino
Errol.
Old. And now it's done. Bye. So,
Yay, good to see you.
Hey.
I thought that had to be a brown bag drink.
Yeah, I really should get some. We should get a paper bag and just like have the flask hanging out of it, you know. I see that on my travels with some frequency, particularly at train stations. I'll see just sort of like the abandoned flask or the abandoned nip size. And I'll look and I'll say,
It's a little bright in here.
I'll say to myself, wow, what was that? You
Hi,
know?
Julie.
And sometimes it's, I get a lot of, the cinnamon whiskey stuff and a lot of really cheap vodka. That I don't mean people send it to me. I see the bottles abandoned.
Look, where is this going?
I'll see the empties.
Hi, Peter.
Although one day, I am trucking up 7th Avenue towards the office in Manhattan, and I see like 2 full-size bottles of Chardonnay just sit abandoned inside a planter. I'm like, well, that's trashy and littering, my
are you
friends.
sure that was wine in those bottles?
There wasn't anything in the bottles.
Oh,
so
okay.
the wine was gone. It had been wine. Somebody had been having some party on 7th Avenue at, I don't know, 2 in the morning. Big fun. I'm like, great. Have all the fun you want. You're walking wherever you're going. Throw the bottles away, will you? Please, people.
Oh, that's why Lisa says, hi, Errol. Errol's like, I'm 2 feet away from you.
Excuse me.
Hilarious.
Big fun, big fun. Le Scandal, Le Scandal.
All the party people are here. Hello. I'm
The
so
party
glad
people
to
in the
see
house.
you.
Everybody, how are you doing?
So are there any other fans of the show Scandal? I cannot believe I haven't discovered this show until like
now?
2 days ago.
This show's like 10 years old.
Yeah,
broadcasting
it's like, it started like 11 years ago and ended like 5 years ago.
Yeah. Healthy run, great ensemble cast. I was watching saying, yeah, this is very watchable stuff. And it's all about, DC hijinks and etc. So big fun.
Scandal.
Kind of
It's
show.
all about scandals.
Scandals in.
And
Yep.
Olivia Pope and her associates have to make the scandals go away.
Make the scandal go away.
I know. I love it. I love it.
Get it off
I love a good
my
scandal.
shoulders.
I enjoy a good
Yeah.
scandal.
And so big fun. Well written. It's just got it's got that thing. These contemporary shows have that particular thing with like very complex stories and ensemble casts, and it's a lot of fun if you haven't seen it. And if you've been watching it forever, you'll be like, hey, where you been? So,
So
anyway,
who's ready for a drink?
I already had something.
Like, ooh,
So-
ooh.
Oh, wait a minute. Isn't there something left in here?
Is there?
Let's see.
I'm in on that. Don't pour it on your eye.
No, but you go to town, but you're gonna have to tilt it pretty hard. I'm just saying.
I got a drop.
Yeah, you did. You got the drop.
I
Anyway,
got the drop.
but definitely. So anyway, that's the only time you'll see us being that unclassy on this show because it's Le Scandal, And actually, it's
I'm sure
pretty nice bottle here, Marina.
I'm sure we've been
So-
unclassy on this show lots of
Have we?
times.
Have we? I don't know.
Sure we have.
Perhaps the audience can share stories. Maybe. I download all the episodes.
Oh, there was that
great.
time when.
And big fun.
So, anyway.
Before we go too far, for anyone watching the rebroadcast, you just watched a lot of fun with the wine bottle. And thank you so much for tuning in. I know that we have some correspondents who do this with regularity, and some of you can be here live. You can enjoy the comments. If you are tuning in on the rebroadcast, the comments are not live. You can't respond to somebody, but you can add new comments. I believe that's the case. So, anyway, great to see you all.
Peter's asking, so how's everyone's Barbenheimer experience? I haven't seen either yet, believe it or not.
Yeah.
This past weekend was crazy.
A lot going on. We had
So-
back-to-back
I know.
carnival. So Friday, Saturday, we're just completely out. And then
And
Sunday,
then Sunday he went to a Yankees game.
I get a call out of the blue. One of our vendors, an old friend, actually like, so we're in New York, and this is like our second to last day, and they're going to Yankees game. And like the family's there, and one of them didn't want
Hi,
to.
Gettysburg, ma'am.
One of them didn't want to go. So he's like, I would hate to waste the ticket. And I'm thinking to myself, I know what those tickets cost. I would hate it too. And I said, all right, I'll see you. So, he transferred. It was great because he transferred the ticket with Ticketmaster. Shows up on my phone. I'm like, okay. I just had to figure out how to get there, which wasn't that hard. And, Yankees Royals, and they took them out in 9 innings. So,
Hi, Mars.
There you
Thank you
go.
so much. Yay. All
very-
right.
a good way. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
much-
hot.
much
I actually
appreciated.
didn't leave the house today, but I assume it was hot because it felt hot.
Hot enough.
Yeah.
Not as punishing as it has been fairly recently when you go out and it's just humidity. That, just like the beast on your
94
back.
there. Oh, Gettysburg, man. Yikes.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It's
Supposed to be hotter tomorrow. Oh.
we're getting the temperatures. We're certainly getting enough humidity. We've got the dehumid downstairs. I'm pulling like 3 containers out of the air every day. I could probably pull more.
Ugh.
If I just had on continuously, it would just be going and going and going and
Yeah,
filling up.
It's supposed to be, I think,
heavy.
really hot on the weekend.
Yep.
Let me see. I'm looking at weather.com, and the headline is Ocean Current Could Collapse.
Saw that before.
I'm like, what does that mean? Like,
Not good things.
what
Not
what
good.
happens if the ocean current collapses?
Soylent Green, that's what happens.
Yeah, sounds
And,
like it.
Soylent was, of
Yay.
course, supposed to have been made out of plankton.
Okay.
That was a lie. That was
All
a
right.
lie. So there we
All
go.
right. Okay, hold on.
Yeah,
Now I'm
The
curious.
temps are...
Oh, 90
okay.
tomorrow.
Okay.
91 Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty high temps, some precip in there. And it's not going to take it out of the air. Here I'm talking about the weather again, but the simple fact is, folks,
I'm melting.
folks, it's
melting.
July.
I played
So
that role.
Wherever you are, you did.
I did. I played the
I saw
Wicked
it.
Witch of the
I believe I
West.
saw that twice live.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Because
Good to see you.
They happened to be in New York. I think one of them was in Staten Island, was it? And
Oh my gosh. Elizabeth's dash reads 114.
I really should take
Yikes.
the laser thermometer out there and measure, because you get in the car and it's pretty hothouse.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what you would do with a prisoner in the 1950s. You lock him in one of those and say, "So, you gonna talk?" It's that kind of
like a sweat lodge.
yeah, sweat lodge,
Oh
hot
my
box.
gosh. Oh my God.
So speaking of which,
All
you're
right.
still dry.
I am dry.
Can we? Shall we?
Hi, Kalaka
Can we
boy.
move it?
Good to
Hey, Kalaka.
see you.
Awesome.
Did you have to paint your skin green? Yes, I did.
That's a matter
I did.
of fact. So
For every performance.
yeah, I saw her. It was really amazing.
Yep. Yep.
I recall seeing you on that tour because they were all over the dang place, but they came back to New York a couple of times, and I remember.
Oh, thank you, Mars.
I remember seeing them in a theater on
Thank
the
you.
Fairgrounds in Queens, and I remember seeing them in a theater that was, I think, Symphony Space, was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it played Symphony Space.
You made the big. It's almost like
I
Carnegie
did.
Hall.
I did. Did you go in Staten Island too?
I think I met you there, but I don't think I saw the performance.
Okay.
Yeah, but I met her because hey, booty call. So hey, big fun.
Speaking of scandals.
Why not? She's on tour. It was kind of a drag for that. But-
Eric is enjoying
but
a
she had to
Smirnoff
go, she had to
Ice.
go. Smirnoff Ice.
Okay, what color? Yeah,
Yep.
ocean current collapsing. I know. Time to uncork some Bordeaux, right?
While you've got it, I mean, seriously.
Okie dokie.
that is a major current that actually was an original trade wind that makes things
Okay.
happen. So like if that fails, big trouble. Really, really, really big trouble. If anybody's been thinking, wow, this looks bad
I need a shaker.
so far. Folks, I will quote Al Jolson, "You ain't seen nothing yet. Gonna be fun."
Wait, not this one. It doesn't have the right measures.
Oh, okay.
All right, we'll try this one. Okay, so I gotta decide which one I want to make.
Okay, yeah, we got
Because I have,
a bunch of Le Scandalous drinks.
That didn't look clean. It is, but it didn't look clean.
Let's see.
Okay.
Well, look is look. Is is is. And this-
Oh, Gettysburg Map. Well, you know what? We'll see you when you get back.
We'll see you.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
But she's not cutting out right now.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. I get it.
Oh, mile walk. That's
Okay,
an excellent idea.
so
Yeah,
which
that's a
one do
great
I
thing.
want to make?
I've been wearing the. Oh, I don't have it on right now. Been wearing the Fitbit, and it's been telling me how many steps I'm getting, and I'm pretty easily getting 10K a day, just being around the house as long as I go out and do things. And I frequently have to drop things at the UPS box out there, and that will get them in.
Do you want to make this one?
Let's see.
Because if you don't, you can make either one of these.
I'll make this one, sure.
Okay.
That sounds like
so
fun.
I'm going to start with Maiden's Blush, and I got this recipe from the classic Bar Guide. You've seen us use this one before. Bar Guide, published by True, the men's
men's
magazine. So,
I've said a number. First of all, Ted Shane is our editor-in-chief here on Bar Guide. True to the Men's Magazine.
oh,
illustrated-
jeez. I gotta read this. Hold
Okay,
on.
please.
Julie says, I'm checking my apocalypse bingo card for Ocean Chronicles. Let us know what it says.
Yeah,
Let us know.
I read the thing from
Ooh.
the Washington Post about it. It's not good.
Lisa's having champagne.
It's not necessarily so. The science on this is like very recent, and like they're all sort of discussing
Oh,
it.
boy.
But were this to be the case, and were this to happen much more quickly than people think, no good. And it could happen in like 10 years. I'm like, that's still no good. That's still really, really bad. So anyway.
Okay, so
Anyway, illustrated with the funniest and worst cartoons ever drawn by Madman Vip. If anyone knows Vip, I grew up with a book of
Okay.
Vip cartoons when I was a kid. My dad had picked them up, and they're fairly sadistic, actually.
I need the
But he does great booze cartoons. He's definitely of that era.
What
What you need?
hold on.
Grenadine? It's in back of you.
Grenadine.
It's in back of you.
I have to sneeze all of a sudden.
Uh-oh. Take care of business. You also need a, bless 'em,
Excuse me.
bar spoon, so you can
I do.
wrangle
Thank you. Okay,
said
so that was
grenadine.
1.5 ounces of gin. This is from Maiden's Blush.
The Maiden's Blush.
Maiden's Blush.
Oh, mine.
From Bar Guide, published by
By
True,
True,
the men's magazine.
If you don't understand what True is or was, yeah, it was one of those magazines about, manly tales told by men to be read by men of men in the outback, like,
Wait.
going up against huge rattlesnakes or in the Amazon.
This already
like,
looks wrong to
Finding
me.
like, gargantuan cats and stuff like that. So,
This looks wrong. Hold
uh-oh.
on.
Check it. Did you get it right? The Maidens. Watch the book. That's a great cartoon, by the way. Maiden's Blush, Curacao, Grenadine, lemon juice, gin. Yeah, that's about right. Well, so we took that from the other book, right?
Yeah, okay.
think we're fine.
So,
I think we're fine.
I
Just
don't think
making
it
sure.
calls for enough lemon juice, but I'm going to call it. Oh, it's half teaspoon. Never
It
mind.
says a quarter teaspoon fresh lemon cheese.
It's supposed to be half. Could you
I
change that
will.
to half,
Yeah, that's
please?
definitely a
Yeah.
half.
Okay, half teaspoon.
Yeah. Okay. So
Fresh lemon juice.
errant
I know. I'm like, that's
digit
weird.
in there, and
Okay,
suddenly it's
yes.
half the
All right.
size that it was. Folks, these are the little technical difficulties that we have from time to time.
1.5 ounces of gin.
Yep.
Half teaspoon fresh lemon
Mm-hmm.
juice. A teaspoon curacao.
Curacao. Oh, and what do you have there?
I'm using the genuine
Curacao
curacao
liqueur.
from Curacao,
If you buy that in Curacao, the bottle looks like that, or the
courtesy of our friend
the
Mike.
bottle says that. If you
Yes.
buy it in the States, if you can find this, it's pretty tough to find. The bottle is the same shape, but it will say Curacao from Curacao,
Yes.
which is exactly what it is. It's Curacao.
Okay.
For real. Yep.
And
It
I
tastes a
need the
little different
grenadine.
too. It's a pretty distinct product.
oh boy, I'm
Yep.
missing stuff. Okay.
Ah,
oh.
yeah,
Okay.
seriously.
I need the grenadine.
Grenadine
you
is in
already
back of
got
it,
You got
yes.
it. Okay.
Yes, as
And a teaspoon of grenadine.
Yes.
This drink is gonna be way too. Wait a minute. The cork broke.
Punked.
Oh, also, it seems to have gotten
Inflated?
inflated.
Oh boy, extra booze. Ever any problem with that?
I feel
What
like
does
this
it
is
say?
mainly just gonna taste like gin.
It should be with the little amount of additives there. I've got this strange feeling.
I think I might be altering this one. Okay, this cork is broken,
Yep.
but
Okay, so Nick,
Okay.
it is not in fact blue, although
hi, Nick.
the Curacao, the company that makes the Curacao in Curacao, does make A blue curacao.
A blue curacao.
Yeah,
Would you
it's
mind?
actually
Thank
a
you.
very good blue curacao.
Okay. Shake with ice. And strain into a cocktail glass.
Shall I retrieve that cocktail glass, man?
Yes, please.
All right, no problem.
Okay. Like I said,
Good stuff.
it is a blush. Look at that.
How about that?
It is a blush. I will give it that.
Boom.
Oh,
A
dear
yuzu.
friend, yeah. Yuzu
Broad.
curacao. Nice. That sounds great.
You know, we've been at this long enough to remember when you would say Pierre Ferrand and we'd be like, I can't find that anywhere. And now
Yeah,
they're
people
turning
can
up.
Find it.
Now we have something like 4 different French brands of liqueurs that are turning up on the market. And some of them are, actually, they're all really good. Everything we try is good. Brizard, Ferrand, Giffard, and Combier. I've seen Combier, actually. Combier has some
Ooh,
really
wow.
good-looking,
Kinda
really
fills
nice
the glass.
fonts on their bottles. That's a really strange thing to think,
Alright.
to notice, but I liked the design, and we tried to think the apricot, and it was really good.
I'm going to give it a
It's all,
twist.
all fresh fruit, you know.
And
Mm-hmm.
hold on. I only spared 2 cherries. And we need them for 2 other drinks, so never mind. I'm just gonna give it a
Never mind.
twist. All right, let's
I like mine with a twist.
let's see what we think of this version of Maiden's
Basically,
Blush.
it's a gin sour with a couple of things added to it. It sounds like a pretty decent thing to do to gin, frankly. You know, people don't normally serve gin sours
I kind of like it. I mean, it's
outside of, say, like a Collins, which should be like has a
it's
little bit of
not
lemon in it.
it's not complex, but I'm getting the gin.
Yeah, I'm getting the other flavors in there too.
Yeah.
You know, it's really
All right.
it's a good thing to do with cold gin, and this is one of these drinks where you say to yourself, you've got to either down that fast or keep this really, really cold. So recommended to actually have it cold. Maybe even that glass that sits on a bed of ice
Yeah.
would not be a bad idea.
And look, it is a blush.
Like a martini, if it starts
Hi,
warming
Jean.
up. But hey,
Hey from Cape
excellent.
Cod.
Hello, excellent.
Yeah, I'm into this one. It's gin forward, and I say that in a good way.
Gin forward it's a good thing if you're having a martini.
Any sour sounds good, right?
You know, at the end of the day, you've seen us do this for some years now, live, and you've seen us do it in recorded episodes for even more years. And what do we make a lot of around
Sours.
here? We make a lot of sours. And the actual formula for the sour will look remarkably like the proportions in the other sours because that's what works. But we keep trying different things to see if it'll fit in there.
Hi,
And then you
Dominic.
try an Amaro, and then you'll try this particular liqueur, and then you'll try something with some heat to it. There's a really tremendous variety out there that didn't used to be. A lot of experiments
That
happening.
sounds good, Dominic. Gee,
Hiro
and
Napue from Finland. Ah,
That sounds nice.
Now, isn't that a
Okay.
nice thing? Yeah, I would. Can you drop by in about half an hour? 'Cause I'd like to try that. That
Do we have
sounds really
tonic?
good. We
we have gin.
do have tonic. We do have some
Do
small cans
we?
of tonic.
Oh, I
Yes. So we'll
suppose
see.
we could
Yeah, we'll see.
do a gin and tonic later.
That's
if
the other
we-
thing is that tonic used to be something you got in a a 1 liter glass bottle, probably in a 1 quart glass bottle, and then of course now it's a 1 liter plastic bottle. And if you get it in the supermarket, it has the brand of the supermarket on it, and it's all generic and blah blah blah. Tonic, diet tonic, that's it, right? That's what you used to be able to find. You can still get that. The stuff that's not diet has spurious sugars in it, but now there's all these brands that are coming out with like different blends going into their tonic.
Yeah.
They're usually in smaller bottles, but I've seen them in larger bottles too, and they're really really good. If you want to up what's going in there, if literally this much of your drink is the tonic and this much is your gin, right? Choose a good tonic. That makes sense.
Isn't that kind of Fever Tree's?
That's basically
That's one
their,
of
their
that's
slogan.
one of those companies. That's
I
their.
believe it's Favorite Tree, yes.
That-
I
yeah,
think.
that's
So
their-
I'm totally aping what's on their
Yes,
packaging.
yeah.
Like it, if this is what you're putting in your drink, a lot of this, make sure it's good.
Yep.
It's like a martini. If you use like a really cheap gin, it's like, but this is all gin. I mean, you've got a bare amount of vermouth in there, so you better have a good gin.
Right.
Makes a lot of
G&T is
sense.
always a good choice, right, Lisa?
Is it hot outside? You're going to want a few of those.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's
Yep.
kind of like make a pitcher, you know. There are other tall, refreshing drinks like Collins's, less consumed these days, but super easy. Juleps were one of the classic coolers, although ultimately it's a lot of whiskey in ice with mint, a little sugar. That's about it, you know. So it's really like an old-fashioned with a lot of mint added to it. Is it refreshing with all that ice? Yes. Can you have 5 or 6 of them? No. So I'll
You
have to say that.
can, but you might regret it
Yeah,
later.
I think you're like, resembling a certain, character in a certain Rock Hudson Doris Day picture. Just a touch. But, hello. Gordon's is not out of the question. In fact, there are two kinds of Gordons you get out there. There's one that's actually made in the UK, and there's one that's made here. I believe, does Smirnoff make that? Maybe, I gotta say. But the Gordon's was our well gin for a long time. Perfectly fine gin. There's nothing wrong with that. It's got a great flavor balance, and I would take that any day of the week.
Yeah, see, Lisa says headache. I'm with Lisa. Like, I like to use, I mean, he's a Gordon's booster.
Yeah, I'll use
Hey,
Gordon's.
I like this, like the Bombay. Like, I mean, it's less than the Bombay Sapphire, but it's still, I like it.
Excellent mixes, Bombay.
Yeah.
No question.
So Dime says the keto diet is working out great. I'm down 10
Wow.
pounds. My blood sugar's in check.
Excellent.
I haven't had to use insulin in over 2 weeks.
Wow.
Oh my
One of
gosh.
my amens.
Oh, Dime, that's great. I'm so glad to hear it.
Yeah, if you can ever do it with
Yay.
diet, that's great. And, I know that you have been in food service for a long time, and that is a real hazard to,
You're not doing it now, though.
if you haven't, okay, but that can be a real hazard to your waistline, it can be a real hazard to your levels and all that, because you're there. You've got to be tasting things all the time, and, and you're on your feet, and, it's nuts. So I understand that could kind of push things around.
Oh, yeah. Eric mentioned
level.
R.I.P. Sinead O'Connor.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that
Yeah,
today,
there we
too.
go.
That's
Definitely. She's
way too young.
she's our age, so I'm like, it's one thing to hear Tony Bennett. All right, the classics.
See, Peter likes Gordon. If you
classics.
like, do it.
If you like it, take
Do
it.
you?
The classics of the classics. When we hear about one of like a Rat Pack hero person, and it's like, well, how old was Shahi? And it's like, 90s. I'm like, it's a good run. It's a good run. I don't like to see anybody go, but there we go. Somebody my age, I'm like, oh, geez, what the hell? I don't think I've seen Cause of yet, so.
They didn't say.
No, nothing
They didn't
specified.
say.
Way too young. Way too young, and very, very prominent, and many of us have known her material. She struck some controversy in her time, and when I see what that was all about, I'm like, you go, girl. I mean, you were making a point. There you go.
The thing I was reading her obit today, and it was saying that her son died of suicide last year. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. That's pretty rough stuff. So.
Mighty you find Mint Julio?
Julio.
Errol, I love it.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
Daddy. Oh. Oh, I thought you said
Mint.
Mint Julio.
Mint julep.
Oh
Mind
my
if I
gosh.
mint julep? Oh, Big Daddy.
Jeez, I love it.
That's hilarious. Well, and what do the Brazilians do? They'll take a lime and muddle the hell out of it with some raw sugar, right? And then add 2 ounces of the hard stuff over a bunch of ice and cachaça, baby.
Elizabeth,
There you go.
I think
Caipirinha.
Elizabeth, you might be right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We hear about
Oh,
such things.
yeah, it doesn't feel like a diet. I love that. Isn't
Hey.
that the best?
If it just feels like food that you might eat, there's the idea, because a diet that is like, here's a regimen of stuff that you don't normally do, and you have to cut out all this other stuff. It's like you're just gonna want food. You're gonna want the food that you know. So it really has to be just like kind of like cut down on total amounts. You might have to cut out certain things if they are excessive. There are way too many sugars and starches and MSG and whatnot in the processed food that we eat. It's good to take a look.
Yeah.
Fresher food, good idea. Can you grow food? Go for it. Do you have a farmer's market? Go for it. Visit your produce aisle. Got a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Have some fresh as much as you can. You just used an apple in a pasta sauce the other day.
I
To
did.
very good effect. That was a really great idea.
It
Yeah.
came out really well. I was like, this is either going to be great or horrible. And it was great. But
It
it could have
great.
gone either way.
Yeah. Okay, what am I seeing on screen here? Good grief. Anyway,
Oh, jeez.
this is,
Heart to dummy.
you put on Hard to Dummy and big fun happens, people. We're like almost half an hour in, and what's in my hand? Hello?
Nothing. I was going to say, my drink's going to
Hello?
be gone before you
I
even get
think
around
Nick
to
can
making
speak
one.
to this. I think he's usually like pointing out what exactly is in my hand. Delicious. Not. Let's go for it. I need a scandalous drink.
Right there.
Le Scandale. La
Yep.
Scandale. So you got the Maiden's Blush.
I do.
You also found something called Chorus Girl, and that, well, there's Instant Scandal, right?
The
The original Chorus Girl had.
I said
terrible proportions.
Chorus Girl, our version, because the original Chorus Girl sounded awful.
There we go.
So it's all the same ingredients, but in proportions that won't suck.
They will not be damn terrible. Another gin drink. So this is going to look a hell of a lot like a martini.
It's the mid-century for you.
It's actually going to look a hell of a lot like what they call a perfect martini. Now, a perfect martini is like a perfect Manhattan. It has sweet and dry vermouth.
Zippo.
And if you're thinking to yourself, that doesn't sound very good, doesn't sound good to me
Make
either.
a drink, Paul.
But there's other things happening in there. So let's go. Spirits and pasta sauces. How about
Peter,
tequila?
I never. Oh yeah, you
Feels
could
good
totally do
idea.
that. I never make a pasta sauce without spirits.
You've got to add a little
I
bit
do
of
a
wine.
lot of wine.
Got to add some
A
wine.
lot of wine in my pasta sauce.
If you want to add like some whiskey or brandy, well, why
A
not?
little for the sauce, a little for me,
Little for me.
a little for the sauce, a little for me.
A little bit more for Santa
Yeah.
Claus. A little bit more for Santa Claus. A
Oh
little more
my
for Santa Claus. Because a 1/4 ounce of the vermouth.
Oh!
I'll take the vermouth.
I love that you guys can grow tomatoes. We have, but the animals eat them, so we have to
You gotta be
really
careful where they go.
protect them from the animals.
Since tomatoes are very vinous, they want to go everywhere.
Yeah.
So they want to go well outside of the cage that you put them in. It's like
Exactly.
when we had cucumbers, it was like, oh, great, and they were just nuts. But I think lovely, love having a lot of cucumbers. They are great to pickle. And we were growing some excellent sized cucumbers, and then they all got some rot, and it was really bad. So what can I say?
This was our lockdown greenhouse.
Lockdown
that fell
greenhouse.
Apart.
It wasn't falling apart at the time, but I think a little too much sun exposure, and I'm thinking, if your greenhouse can't withstand sun exposure, son, you got a problem. Anyway, so let's go with this.
1/4 ounce of each of those vermouths.
I'm going to measure inside this 1/2 ounce measure very carefully, and that should get me what I'm
Yep.
after. So I'm going to pass this back to you. It's good that we
Okay.
just bought this. We're getting it
Yeah,
down.
1/4 ounce dry vermouth, 1/4 ounce sweet vermouth.
That's what happens when you drink martinis. And you know,
Oh no, we have a new bottle.
That's what I said. It's good that we bought
Yes.
a new bottle.
I was
That's
gonna
what I'm
say.
saying. Because we're getting very low on that one.
I wouldn't want anyone to think
What
that
I-
if they came over here they couldn't get a martini.
What I said was, it's what happens when you drink martinis. So, which immediately makes me think of a certain movie where they're drinking a lot of martinis. Come on. There we go.
Oh, the deer are always after your green beans,
yeah.
okra, and corn. Oh,
Tasty, tasty stuff to our
you.
four-legged friends.
I know.
Four-legged mammalian friends out there. Okay, 1/2 ounce of orange juice. So this
Yes.
is actually sort of a cross between perfect martini and like an orange
blossom.
There we
Yeah.
go. Shake with ice, cocktail glass. Do I decorate this with anything?
A cherry.
Okay.
It calls for an orange slice and a cherry, but nobody went out and bought oranges.
When you make it, make sure to add the orange slice.
And
Okay?
the cherry.
You've got to keep it authentic. I'm counting on you.
Andy Warhol's
You know
Spring
what?
Martini Lunch.
I'm going to throw some orange bitters in there too. Ooh.
You want me to get them?
Yeah, if you would, I'd be
can.
so grateful.
I can. Hey, I saw that.
I saw that. Woohoo! 2 dashes. The orange bitters are really just, if
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
have orange peel, you add the orange bitters and it's got the orange oil. That's what's
Peter-
really kicking
Peter
up
just
the
mentioned
flavor.
Ocean's 11. You mean the
Yeah.
original with Frank Sinatra and crew?
Oh, the one from about like 20 years ago with all these contemporary folks.
Yep.
I recall, well, we were just mentioning Will earlier in this
Oh
broadcast.
yeah, his protest.
Yeah, well, Will Varro, he did a one-man protest of Ocean's 11.
No,
so
I
he
think
thought-
there were like 3 people.
three-person protest. He just thought it was so pointless to remake something that's a Rat Pack movie. I'm like, yeah, it's a Rat Pack movie. So if you don't actually have
And
the
it's
Rat
got
Pack,
Angie Dickinson.
if you don't have the Rat Pack and Angie are over there, what do you got? Not much. It was a successful reboot.
Yeah, the original. He means the original.
Yeah, it was a successful reboot, and then there was a sequel to it. So I'm like, what the hell do I know?
I think there were a
Right?
couple.
Yeah, I'm saying, were there a couple sequels?
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell? So what the hell do I know? Obviously, this thing made money.
I haven't seen the remake. I have friends who like it.
Yeah, we had somebody we know pretty well
Yeah.
actually, like really liked it at the time. And I tell you, if you don't know the thing that preceded
Ooh.
it, you don't know what you're missing.
Errol says Lisa bought us a smoking apparatus to make smoky old fashions.
Oh,
That sounds
One of
fun.
our correspondents in Canada has had one of those for some
Yeah.
time. And I was asking him about it. He actually posted some video of it in action. It looked like a lot of fun.
Maybe we need one.
Ooh, that's a little large. Does this take a twist or anything like that?
A cherry.
A cherry. Okay, I'll take the cherry. There we go.
Boop.
Thanking you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to take a draft of this because it's a little full, a lot of sap.
Some remakes are good, some are not.
Mm-hmm.
Amen.
All right, and passing that to you.
Okay.
All right. So basically, what you've got there,
It's okay.
it's okay.
It's all right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking that it's a little thin on the flavor. And I boosted it with the bitters, and I'm still thinking to myself, what up?
Honestly, I wouldn't change it. I don't think that anything you add is gonna. I think it's good. I like it. It's growing on me. In
Maybe
stereo.
it's growing on me.
It's growing on
All
me.
right. Let me empty the rest of the contents of this baby. It is actually like a fairly dry martini. However, it has been made into a perfect martini, and you add the orange juice, and you think that's a weird thing to add to a martini. But orange bitters are not. That's actually called for in the original formula. And the original martini had much higher proof stuff, was probably more like a Holland gin, which is very malty, and would have withstood the sweet vermouth, and that's what was being used back in the 1880s. Well, we don't make them like that anymore. So we make them with dry vermouth and like a London dry. And you want to use dry gin and then dry vermouth. That's how they're made.
Well,
however, you do you.
You were right.
You do you. If you actually think to yourself, hey, I really like the concept of using all of those other ingredients, it's your drink. So
Do it.
go to town.
Hang
I'm prosit.
Mine's almost gone.
I know.
I have another one. I got another one. I got a vodka drink.
Got a hot one for you. Yeah.
I got a vodka drink to make for you.
We don't normally make vodka drinks because a lot of vodka drinks are but we will
I don't think it's going to be insipid, but we'll find out
find
together.
out just exactly what's going on. I do like and prefer a gin martini to a vodka martini, but I will tell you there are a number of people out there whom I've met who say, "Oh, I can't do gin, but I like martinis." It's like, so make vodka. There you go. You're just taking some of the flavor components out of it. To me, I'm like, you're taking some of the flavor out of it. That's what I don't like about that.
You
that
dime.
concept.
I'd like to see some of your recipes.
Bring it on, my friend. Sounds good.
I would love that. He wasn't offering me, but I'm eavesdropping. I'm eavesdropping on your conversation.
Listen to the conversation.
Okay.
The conversation is happening in public, so there you go.
Scandals.
Scandals.
Let's hear about some favorite scandals.
Oh, big fun, hey?
Oh, Peter feels like vermouth doesn't get any respect. Aw.
Vermouth didn't used to for a while in this country because it was
Thanks, Dime.
It was a real afterthought. Thank you, much appreciated. Yeah. Bison grass factory.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I'm thinking to myself that you have to get that special ordered because I think there's some issues with the bison
Oh,
grass.
Profumo. Yeah, I when that movie came, was it Scandal? It was called Scandal, right? I loved that movie when it came out.
1988 or so.
I still
that
lived
was
in
released.
California when that film came out.
And I remember that was one of the first things I saw, like Joanne Welly Kilmer in.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
it
that was.
in the film. She was really gorgeous in the picture, right? And she played the character well. The character was supposed to be exactly that. And I'm trying to remember who was playing Profumo himself.
Hi, Marty.
It was like it was very well known, like Rada type actor. I have to look it up.
Marty says, "I only like vodka and a dirty martini."
Dirty martini.
Okay.
Which means
all right.
You like to brine it up, my friend. There you go.
Lisa likes Bombay gins and Beefeater's gin.
Yeah.
Let's try Hendrix. Yeah, we had a good Hendrix. It was like one of the special flavors they had. I forget what it was called, but it was good. It was really good.
I think we finally tossed that bottle, but it's a really nice bottle because it was a blue bottle.
Eric's saying, did you ever see a documentary called Tabloid?
No. Okay.
I don't think so.
That
but,
all about the scandal
okay.
sheets, perhaps even including Confidential.
Oh my gosh. Errol says, here's a scandal. The lady that worked at a chemical company I worked at was selling secrets to the competition. She got caught.
Take her away, they said.
Wah, wah, wah,
Wah,
wah.
Wait a minute.
Hi, Opera.
Wait a
Good to
minute.
see you.
Actually, I'm looking.
Yeah, you're the one that's got
I got the.
Sad trombone.
Hello. Got caught. Nailed her. Nabbed.
Oh.
We hear about them around here. The scandals in this neck of the woods are almost invariably somebody embezzling, or the crime will be like a couple of punks decide to hold up, Dollar General. And I'm like, it's a dollar store. How the hell much do you think is in the till? It's like $50.
One of my favorites that I remember from here, from our neck of the woods, was the two winners who worked at Dollar Tree. And at the end of their shift, they were supposed to take the money to the bank. And they didn't. They kept it for themselves. And I think that it was under $50. Like, really? You're going to commit a crime for under $50?
Committing a felony for that kind of money? Seriously, guys?
Yeah, no.
I mean, you've really gone well beyond the whole concept.
Not
well,
smart.
well below the concept of committing a crime like that. And then I'm thinking to myself, so what was the big plan? Like, they'll never find you?
They're going to figure it out.
I think they're going to figure out exactly who took $49 from Dollar General.
Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree.
It's worse than that. Dollar Tree.
Worse. It's much worse,
Yeah. Oh my God. It was so funny. There was also the winner here who was committing like vehicular insurance fraud a lot.
That's
Like
a classic,
he was
classic
crashing a lot of cars and submitting claims. It's like, dummy, they're gonna catch on.
You see a pattern happening here? You know who likes to see that pattern happening in an insurance company?
Oh, Harbor says, isn't under $50 a misdemeanor? Yeah, probably.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Perhaps they were thinking like that. We'll never get caught.
Yeah, and Dime is saying, if you're going to do the crime, it better be over $500, so at least it's grand theft. Yeah, this was like petty theft.
Can we add some zeros to that whole concept?
Yeah.
Once you can actually fly to Rio off of it, then you can consider it. Wasn't that like Ronnie Biggs, who stole something like £1 million? Today, not such an impressive figure, generally speaking, but circa 1962, this was a sum of money.
Oh
and
my
he
God.
flies to a non-extradition
Hi,
country
Doug.
and decides to live there. Whoopee,
Sounds like the Jimmy Buffett song about stealing a tank of gas, right?
Oh man.
Oh my God.
You remember gas siphoning? That was when the whole shortages happened in the 70s.
Errol says, if I'm going to destroy my name and character, every CEO in the country is going to be personally looking for it, right? I know. Like, hi, Robbie. Good to see you.
You know, I kind of feel like if you're going to go to those lengths, do it for real. Do it seriously.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not recommending anybody go out and, like, engage in theft. All right, whatever you do it seriously.
I don't like it
That's
when
the
people
thing.
do things in a half-assed manner.
Yeah.
If you're going to commit a crime, don't commit a half-assed
Go all the way.
crime.
Go for real. Go completely
That's all I'm
crazy.
gonna
You know?
say.
Hijack that plane and go. Boom. Yeah, I just said that on the air. But if
Oh
you're
my
going to
gosh.
commit the crime, go.
Peter says, my favorite crime was my former chiropractor got caught for Medicare fraud. Oh, Gettysburg Mama's back. Hello.
Hello again.
So we're sharing our favorite scandals.
Yep. So
I'm thinking about it.
thinking. The insurance fraud, the Medicare fraud, which is really just another type of
Oh,
insurance fraud.
isn't that how
There
Wonka's
you go.
candy secrets got out? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Industrial espionage is a kind of a classic.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the insurance fraud. I get training in that at work, and we get very detailed descriptions of like how people go about this sort of thing. There's a lot of opportunistic things, and then there's like you were describing something that's more like organized crime, where you've
yeah.
got this whole scheme going on. It's like, let's actually like get involved in a lot of accidents and submit a lot of claims.
Well, he wasn't organized. I think he was
Disorganized crime.
he was a team of one, and
Yep.
he was stupid because they caught him. So
Well, team of one who's submitting that many claims, you think, so the actuaries are not going to kind of trip this one up, are they? And I'm thinking, no, they will. That's kind of exactly what, that's their job description.
Abe Lincoln said,
They'll see
whatever
that,
you are,
you know?
be a good one, even if it's a criminal.
Whatever you are. The claims investigators, claims is a whole thing. And claims, this is an interesting thing about an insurance company. Whenever I see something like some sort of KYC, know your customer form that comes in, I'm getting a lot of those these days. It says, has your company ever been like involved in a lawsuit? I'm like, it's an insurance company. If you're not involved in lawsuits on a daily basis, you're absolutely doing something wrong. So that's the thing to bear that in mind. Is it sounds terrible. They're suing you. They're always suing you.
Always suing you.
They're always suing you. It's called recovery. It's like, hey, I insured that and we lost. I had to pay it out, so I'm actually suing you to reclaim that money back. how it works. Big deal, you know?
Maybe we should all siphon off the fraction of a penny, like Office Space.
Oh!
I
That
love it.
1/4 of 1 cent. Like Office Space, which was borrowing it from, I believe, Superman 3,
Right.
which were, in both cases, this worked spectacularly well. Too well.
Too well.
Too well. It's sort of like if you manage to commit that crime that's like a really, really subtle crime, but suddenly you've got a Mercedes where you used to have a Volkswagen. Somebody's going to be thinking about
Gettysburg
that,
Man's
right?
got a good one. My favorite scandal: the old man's electric sex lamp in the window in Christmas Story. The neighborhood was in an uproar for years.
Full-size electric sex symbol of pulchritude in the living room window.
I'm trying to think.
The original story behind that talked about this Italian manufacturer which had this huge leg in neon as its sign. It was just like, that was the electric sex he was talking about there. But the miniaturization of it into like sort of a lamp-sized leg. And by the way, I'm looking at that exact lamp over there in miniature. Is a really great
Ooh, isn't
symbol.
Spectre an acronym for a list of white-collar crimes?
Oh yeah, SPECTRE is Spectre.
Oh, okay.
And the E is, in fact, one of those E's is espionage, as I recall. Spectre, of course, reminds me of Phil Spector, a different kind of scandal. So,
Frenchie Lay.
all the classics. All the classics.
I feel like everything I'm thinking of, it's definitely scandalous, but are straight up crimes.
Yeah. Scandal, I kind of think it usually means...
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, I
That's
guess-
what I'm saying.
well,
I
don't know.
figured
I
that
mean,
one out for
I
myself.
think scandal is scandal, but also, otherwise would it simply mean sex scandal, you know?
Yeah.
I guess, is that what we're talking about here? So,
Well, it could be no, I guess it could
No.
be it doesn't have to be a sex scandal. But it must be Italian.
well, I think it says fragile.
It says fragile,
Oh,
dear.
well, I guess you could say that. I like in that particular scene where guy comes to the door, he's like, I got a delivery for you. He's like, what is it? And he's like, I don't know. And he asks him again, what is it? And he's like, that was just a local guy from Cleveland, by the way, that they got in that movie. That's... Oh, here we go.
Oh. Oh.
See, that's scandalous. I gave her my cherry. I gave my love a cherry.
Oh!
Actually, that does have no stone.
Hubbard says my favorite movie about insurance fraud is Double Indemnity.
It's a classic. Mm-hmm. It is one of like I think 2 films I can name that are really about insurance investigators. If you can name another one, then there you go. I'm thinking of one, and it's a classic because who's the one who uncovers this whole thing? It is the actuary, and he's just
Right.
looking in the books, and what's baffling him is this particular like accident doesn't make any sense.
Maybe they'll deliver the deed for Christ's sake, right? Also, Robbie's asking, yeah,
Holy
it's a
God,
little
Link.
hot in the tiki room this evening.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be out there again soon, but yeah, it's a little steamy in there now.
I used it for a video call earlier, and it was an excellent standing desk. That is the bar. And, of course, you get great visuals because I've got, like, the whole roof of the room going on there.
Yeah.
Well, it was a little warm.
Diamond's saying the house is an Airbnb now. We shot a video there.
If
They
you
let
take a
us
look-
shoot a video there.
If you take a look,
It was so
Velveteen
fun.
Lounge channel, the video's still up
Oh
there.
my God.
Up on YouTube.
So much fun.
And it was a blast, and we were also able to shoot in the Wishcraft Museum, which was fantastic. But the house itself was somebody's house before it was used in the movie, and as is explained, I think it was our guide was talking about that Bob Clark, the filmmaker, and his scout there were just looking for locations. They said this looks great, and they were just trying to rent the house, and it took them a while to get in touch with the owner. He wasn't interested, but then they persisted.
They showed him the money.
They showed him the money. He's like, maybe I'm interested. So there we go.
Oh, Peter says the movie 8 Men Out is the best sports scandal movie I've seen.
There we go.
I hate sports scandals.
A non-sex
Oh.
scandal, a bribery scandal.
I'm thinking about that scandal with the skaters who, like, the judges cheated on the...
Oh, in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it
I
was
remember
the,
that.
the,
The
the
Canadian
Russian,
skaters.
the Russian judges and the Canadian
Yeah.
skaters.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
Yep. Okay, it's good to see.
Because I keep thinking of things like Anna Delvey and Elizabeth Holmes, which obsessed, but those are crimes.
It's.
I mean, they were scandals
it's
too.
scandalous,
They're scandals too, but
and
they're also crimes.
They played around with people's good nature, and they played around with sex,
Yeah.
and they played around with people's emotions, and it was very, very manipulative.
So
and
scandalous.
definitely that
Also
aspect to it.
criminal.
However, what put her into prison was the fact that she had committed very specific crimes. So
Both
there
of
you go.
them. Both of them.
There you go. And Elizabeth Holmes, an extensive and a long range and extensive fraud. If you watch this stuff, it's
Oh, quiz
astonishing.
show,
the
yeah. Oh,
extent to
that's a
which that
scandal. That's a good scandal.
Quiz show, thank
Yeah,
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I wasn't even thinking
Yeah.
about that, but that's classic scandal of the 50s, which really like almost brought down a whole industry, that is the game shows. Now, it didn't, and ultimately when you look at some of the game shows, you're like, has much changed about that? And you really got to wonder. But then again, there's the guy who won on Jeopardy repeatedly. So,
Well, isn't he the host now?
oh, is he? I thought that was the case. Yeah, I won on Jeopardy a lot, baby. You know. So that's the thing. I'm thinking to myself, I could
All right.
never actually be on Jeopardy because
Got all of my caffeine for the evening.
as much useless trivia as clouds my brain, I'd be standing there and it would all be like sports,
Marty, I read about that.
judicial decisions. It would be just like forget
I
it.
read about that
Yeah.
fishing contest in the news lately. They stuffed the fish with weights.
Ow! Scandal! Scandal!
That's so lame.
Scandal!
That is crazy lame.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No stuff. 8 Men Out, of course, nice baseball reference. I
Yeah,
just saw the
yeah.
Yankees and the Royals on Sunday, and that was, I believe, the White Sox in the
Oh.
World Series.
Nancy
So-
Kerrigan, yeah, I love Tanya Harding.
Yeah.
Does OJ count as a sports ball scandal? That's the thing, yeah. I mean, I'm thinking like these scandals that are also crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Similar sort of
yep.
thing. And in which case, the scandal with Kerrigan and Tanya, there's that picture that came out. What's it? It's got to be like
I, Tanya.
6-7 years ago. I, Tanya.
Yeah, with Margot Robbie.
And that was played very well. Great ensemble cast. All the guys surrounding her were complete nitwits.
Oh, yeah.
And they proved it like every 5 minutes. How stupid could you be? It's like, I don't know, how stupid do you want
Oh,
me to
yeah,
be?
I Lost on Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Such a good song.
Oh, great. That's right, Al. You've not only lost yourself, you have lost your home. You have scandalized your entire family. You know, just awesome.
The PTL Club. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
There you go. Another sex
Oh,
scandal,
yeah,
but yes.
yeah.
Oh, that was a big
The
thing.
college admissions scandal. I was obsessed
with
with
the
that.
college admission scandal.
It was so dumb.
Not a sex scandal.
It was so dumb.
A
I
bribery
could not,
scandal.
I couldn't get enough of the college admissions scandal.
It
was
was-
so dumb.
It was really dumb. The whole setup on that is, why the hell did you do any of this? And the younger characters involved, purportedly to benefit from this, didn't care.
Oh yeah, they didn't even want
We
to.
don't want this.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this, mother? So this is the thing that just makes you scratch the head.
I know.
Stop it.
Well, the thing
Stop helicopter
I don't
parenting.
get about the college admissions scandal, which is, I realize we're years on from it, but what I don't get about the college admissions scandal
The
was
one thing-
if you're going to bribe someone, just go straight to the source and bribe the college.
What do you need a middleman for? You go
Then
to
you
the
wouldn't go
college
to
and
you
you
wouldn't
say,
go to the pokey.
you go to the college and you say, here's $1 million. I'd like you to name a wing after me. And
Oh,
they go, thank you.
I love Harper Valley PTA, Marty.
Oh!
So good.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Oh yeah, Tanya Harding and Bonaducci on World's Dumbest. Love World's Dumbest.
Whatever happened to World's Dumbest? I think
Is it still on?
I think they ran out of stupidity because
don't
that
know.
used to be so awesome. We watched that all the time.
Oh,
And of course,
Dime.
their
You're correct,
cast,
Dime.
their cast of cracked losers was just stellar. I mean, they had Frank Stallone, you know,
Leif Garrett.
Leif.
Yeah.
They had
yeah.
Leif Garrett on the show playing Leif Garrett being busted. That was just
That was good.
That was pretty meta
When they had Leif Garrett getting busted.
because he had like crack in his shoe or something. I mean, it was just the hell, dude.
I know.
He was in the subway.
And Ron, the smartest guys in the room.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh,
That's a good one. There's the one. Is this a scandal?
we should push that fan back a little bit because I'm not getting it at all.
This guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank
Moment,
you.
please. I was thinking about the financial scandal that is like 2008.
Exactly. Endowments, bribery, the old-fashioned way. And then you don't go to jail.
It's how it's done.
Just saying.
Is it bribery? You're giving money to the college to get your damn kid into. Yeah, it's a bribe. Let's be real.
Well, let's put it this
Oh,
way.
no, it's called something else.
As the way they see it is, oh no, you're not. I'm still. You just moved it, but it needs to be like further back.
Is that going to do it?
Yeah, because I'm not getting it now. Now I'm getting it. Thank you.
Well, all right then.
Thank you. All right. It was hitting the side of the bar. He's cool as a cucumber over there. I'm burning up.
Actually, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm also in shorts, so.
Oh wait, Oh wait. Okay. Rolls down. Yes, it had Todd Bridges.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Head Todd.
Well, okay.
Todd's been
for the
through
employer scandal
enough of
recently,
this stuff, hasn't he?
The manager hired a guy to play a priest to get workers to confess possible employee theft.
The hell?
What?
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh my god, that is so dumb.
I hadn't heard about that one.
That is so dumb. Yeah, if you have to bribe your way into college, you're probably not fit for it. Bingo. Just stay at school. There's nothing wrong with it.
What's that line in Legally Blonde where she finds out that like the guy she's pursuing, like he didn't get in on his second attempt, so phone calls had to be placed. You know, he's not that good.
His father had to make a call.
That's why he's there.
Oh my gosh, Dime says, my cousin was one of the lawyers involved in the Operation Greylord fiasco back in the day. Got disbarred. Oh no. No.
Classics.
Oh my God.
I tell you. It goes on. We could go on for literally another 5
Wait,
hours.
Errol tried to say that, but was moderated?
What? What actually got nipped?
What? I don't see it.
Oh, okay. Moderated out. Well, you know.
That is crazy.
We're the moderators, so like we could find that and like put that back up.
I'm scrolling back to see if I can see it.
Let's see what we got here. Yeah. People will. Well, it usually comes up
so stupid.
as something that we need to examine. So I'm wondering where the hell this got to. Huh? Who knows?
Technically, aren't tithes bribes to God?
Yes.
Yeah.
No question. I mean,
I need to make another drink.
You know, I think metaphorically they're bribes to God. Technically and actually they're bribes to the church and the living and the hierarchy. So, but I like the idea. It's a bribe to God. If Rev Ken is showing up anytime, I think he could.
Are you here?
He could give us a few sentences about like the whole idea of tithing. I don't believe his church believes in such things, but you know, some of your larger, more established institutional churches do.
Our Tito's is in a net.
Yes, I decided to use the bag that comes with Bruegel.
Bruegel, yeah.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing, and it's easy to slip off the bottle. So
I got it. I just want to make sure I'm seeing my drink correctly.
Now you're talking. Ooh, that sounds good.
All right. So I am making something of my own invention called Teenage Gang Deb.
I love the fact that it's a gang deb, singular. You never hear about a gang deb.
Teenage Gang Deb.
You hear about debs because they arrive in a pack and they like destroy your town.
Starting with 2 ounces of vodka.
They terrorize your nice young ladies. Get out of the way.
I hope I'm not bored with it. Okay.
Yep.
But
bored?
To that, I'm going to add a 1/2 ounce of Barrow's Intense Ginger Liqueur.
You got a lot of flavor going on here. I don't think this would be boring.
I don't think so either.
It's,
but
it's the sort of thing that you could easily do with light rum or even amber rum. But I think that worth trying with the vodka.
Okay. And then...
But definitely.
I'm going to add a 1/4 ounce Curacao. We'll go back to this one. Oh, the cork put itself back together.
That's actually the cork that's in the other bottle that fell apart. That cork's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good.
1/4 ounce. Okay, and then 1/2 ounce fresh lemon juice.
Good place to be, hey?
Spray me. I'm already sticky.
Well, you're handling that Curacao bottle.
All right, we can go back. I know what I'm doing here.
You got a clue? There we go. Excellent.
I have a clue.
Hello. Tito's and fishnets. Scandalous!
Yes, it is scandalous, right, Marty?
Scandalous!
Father Guido Sarducci. Oh, yes, we have Teenage Gang Debs, Peter. I love that film.
Teenage Gang Debs is a 1950s greaser picture made 10 years too late. It's really crazy that you've got this thing made in the 60s in Brooklyn. And everybody they hired is local, so they're all talking like this, and it's really astonishing. And it's got some great music in it.
half ounce
And-
fresh lemon juice.
And this whole like Lady Macbeth thing going on with like the new gal in town. Wow, that's a rough picture.
And
Gotta tell you.
5 dashes hella Mexican chocolate.
Now you're
bars.
talking.
Okay.
But definitely the U2 iPod album scandal. Ah.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Real Wild Cinema. Never actually heard of that one. Whoa.
Ooh.
I know that one of the local cable affiliates in New York, New Jersey was showing Something Weird videos. It was like
Oh,
the Something
yeah.
Weird channel.
I think
I'm
it
like,
was
"What?"
Comcast.
Yeah.
Because we didn't
wow.
have it.
Yeah, we were pretty envious of that. One is just say.
All right. So if you're in New Jersey and you get the Something Weird channel, I'm jealous.
All right. And you would like what kind of glass?
I guess we don't have any more of our glasses, do we?
They, unfortunately, I broke one recently. Now
We
we're
need a
down to
cocktail
2
glass.
in there. So
I need
how about a cocktail glass that looks like this?
That's huge.
Okay,
All right.
how
No,
about a cocktail?
it's all right. It's all right.
How about one that doesn't have a spot on it? Jeez.
Do we have any that don't have a?
That's
This
scandalous.
one's also huge, but
That's scandalous. This is a dirty glass. What?
although I guess my drink is also huge because it's filling the glass.
There we go. Clearly.
Oh. Oh, Eric. It's like what Negative Land did to U2's song. I still haven't found what I'm looking for, complete with Casey Kasem cussing. I've heard Negative Land. I don't know if I've heard that one, but. Oh, accents. Oh, yeah. Oh, Errol. Yeah, I love. Yeah, totally. Okay. And garnish with a cherry. Maybe I also want a twist. For some reason, I cut like 8 twists. So we have way more than we need. Oh.
Bonus twist.
Diane says, when I was an altar boy, I used to bribe the priest with some of my grandfather's homemade red wine to get on all of the weddings. Because as altar servers, we usually got tips.
Oh.
I love it.
Hello.
I just call that capitalism. All right, let's try it.
Essentially, you're providing a material and a service to somebody who is interested
Ooh, this
in
is really good.
said service.
Would you? Thank you.
Oh, waiter, could you? Nah.
Remove that. Oh my god, this is so good. Teenage Gang Dead was good.
If you devise the thing, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, it's gonna be damn good. There we go. Oh, yummy. Yeah.
Right?
It's got a lot of
This is
like
a good one.
different flavor notes going on, and I'm really getting that there's a distinct bitter note to those chocolate bitters that's definitely popping.
Oh, Peter,
So-
that's a good idea. Peter says, I believe the cocktail for the Ed Wood film, The Violent Years, is in order.
I was kind of thinking
I feel like it should be
Bride
red.
of the Monster, but actually Violent Years is
I feel like
a
it
better
should be
choice.
red.
Yeah, violence.
Campari. You want to do that instead of what you were
Campari.
going to do?
Also, there's the cranberry bitters from V Brothers. If you throw a dash of that into something, it's like you've got this little like red tide going on,
Do you
or,
want to do that
or
instead
maybe
of what
like
you
a
were going to
Jaws cocktail. No, I'll do the thing.
do? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in it.
Okay. I'll take a look because I've got the book, don't I?
You do.
The book being Bar Guide, published by True, the men's magazine. If we could only get True. True.
I'm going to write it. I'm going to take a note.
Yeah.
The Violent Years. If we don't do it this week, we'll do it next
We'll
week.
check that out. I'll take a look at what I got going on here. Maybe I will do the Violent Years. True, of course, was the type of magazine that would have published an article with the title "Weasels Ripped My Flesh," because I believe True did.
I was going to say,
publish
didn't
that.
they publish that?
I think it was a different one though.
Pac-Man Fever.
But yeah, it might have been Fate magazine. So let's see here. Okay, so the original Better Than Etchings is enormous.
Had to
and
feed
that
the
itself would be
Pac-Man machine
scandalous.
somehow, Time said. That was funny.
Ah!
I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, Dime says, I still have that 45.
I remember distinctly being in a store and seeing the album. And I think it was like a Sears or a Zayre store, and there was Pac-Man Fever, the album. I'm like, these guys have 145. What do you mean there's an album? Of course there was an album.
Oh, the Violent Years. Thank you, Abra. The Violent Years is free to watch
watching
on
Amazon
Prime
Prime.
Video. Okay.
Maybe we got to check
We,
that out
we
a little
have that. We have that.
Pardon me. Maybe we got to check that out a little later.
Yeah.
Yeah. But definitely. So let's see here. I think this absolutely needs to be modified, but it actually sounds pretty good too. So we're going to go with it. I'm going to need, you know what I'm going to need?
No.
Oh yeah, if you did, I wouldn't be telling you. So could you grab the jar of cherries, because I need some of the brandy from the cherries.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I think we use brandy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This
Something like
one
that.
has the brandy.
That's got the brandy.
Yes.
Ah, very good. So there we have it.
Because we have some with rum.
So this
too.
starts out with 3 jiggers of brandy. Well, I'm not putting 3 jiggers into
Wait,
one drink.
and then doesn't it have 4 jiggers of something else?
Cherry brandy. This is insane. I think this is going to be 1 and 1, and that'll still be a pretty big drink. In fact, I want to cut it way back down. Okay. Oh, you want to take some dictation? Maybe I'll
Why not?
I'll lay this out
All
and
right.
see if it looks anywhere
Okay.
reasonable
All
and go
right.
from there.
Okay.
Okay. 1 ounce of brandy.
Do we have brandy?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
And 1 ounce of cherry brandy. If you have some nice cherry brandy from Poland or something like that, please, by all means, use.
Okay.
We just infused some cherries in brandy, and the resulting material
For like 2 years. So
in there is,
it's pretty cherry.
in fact, cherry.
Maybe I'll try
brandy.
some.
So there we go.
Okay.
Okay, a teaspoon of grenadine, or a bar spoon. Teaspoon of curacao again.
They like teaspoons in this book.
They do. Teaspoon of lemon juice. It simply says shake. Well, shake with cracked ice and strain into a cocktail glass is what I'm going to do.
You
So-
know, okay, hold on. Shake with ice.
And strain.
And strain
Okay.
into a cocktail.
What kind of bitters do you think would be
Glass.
nice in there? Because I like to make a cocktail.
I'm kind of feeling orange and aromatic.
If you could procure
Oh, orange is here. Orange is here.
an aromatic, I got the orange. There we go. So,
Right.
thanking you.
You're welcome.
It's going to be an Angostura night, people. Cocktail sugar.
It's going to be an Angostura night.
Hold on to your hats. Okay. Removing the
Fasten your seatbelts.
julep strainer.
It's going to be an
because I will
Angostura
not
night.
need this for the moment. How do I? Come on. So, let's start with, give me some. That does fit. I like the iceberg that I just slipped into here. Boom. Well, it'll get it cold, that's for certain. Now, so this is going to start with 1 of the brandy. We'll take the brandy. I keep sending her out there
I
because
didn't know we needed brandy. I would have brought it.
we hadn't actually dictated this one out
No, we had
beforehand.
not. Okay. Right.
And
That's okay.
here we go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The brandy we're using is Raynal. I think this is an excellent brand of brandy. It is not cognac, but it is very nice. You could really just take it straight up. So,
Give it to me straight.
yeah, straight 2 ounces of brandy, will you?
Did
Sure,
I
I'm
sound
sure.
appropriately old movie? Give it to me straight.
Let me see if I can just. Oh hell!
Okay.
I'll get on later.
I got it.
Boom.
I got it. I got it.
Got it. I got it. All right. Cherry brandy. I'm going to very
Ooh.
carefully pour.
Pour some in a tasting glass for me. I want to just
Oh,
try
sure.
it. Do you want one?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Right
I'm gonna
here.
actually pour that back here in case it decides to be.
Yeah, I would if I were you.
So I got to wrangle that lid too.
Oh, there you go. All
Have
right.
it? I'll take Hamilton.
I
You
got.
take-
Oh,
you take
speaking
Burr.
of scandals,
Hamilton and Burr.
I got Aaron Burr.
There you go. Le Scandalous, circa 1803, I believe.
Oh my God, it smells like cherry pie.
A long-time rivalry that ended up with a pistol fight in Weehawken. Wow, that ought to be banned. Well,
That's a
eventually
good
it
drink
was.
name. Pistol Fight in Weehawken.
I think that happens in Weehawken with some frequency. So, you've got an idea.
This is like the best thing we've ever made. Did you taste this?
I did taste this. This is really,
It
really
is
super good.
so good.
And I'm telling you, how did we get this nice, dark, sweet liqueur? We infused the cherries. And
Yeah.
the cherry essence just kind of leached out into it. The cherry's got a little boozy. And you've got this dark stuff that is like, this is a really nice flavored brandy. We didn't add any sugar. No excess sugar
No.
to it. Strictly from
No, we
the
just
fruit.
pitted the cherries, put them in the jar,
Just from the fruit.
covered them with brandy. And honestly, they've been sitting for a couple of years. So,
I'm not going to say the longer they sit, the better, because there is an upper limit. But
Oh, yeah,
give them
yeah.
a few months, and you're definitely doing well.
oh man, this is like the.
awesome.
We should just be sipping this. This is so good.
I occasionally do that, exactly that, as a matter of fact. So, the lemon. And what else is this thing?
Wow.
Curacao and grenadine?
Yes,
Gee, no,
teaspoon.
I'm getting all sticky, too.
Teaspoon, teaspoon, teaspoon.
Okay.
Teaspoon grenadine, teaspoon curacao, teaspoon lemon juice.
The original formula was calling for a tablespoon. I'm like, yeah, and you were calling for 3 jiggers of the base spirits.
Dime, it's so good. This is like.
You want to check
I
this
had.
stuff out.
He says like, "Oh, I've been sipping it." When? He didn't offer me any.
Occasionally, when I pull a cherry out of there to go into a Manhattan, I'll say, oh, how about a little brandy? Haven't tried it, have you? Mm-hmm. Now you know what you're missing.
It's been holding out on me.
Come on, get out of there. There we go. Here's the grenadine.
Well, now I know. This
No-
just tastes like Thanksgiving
and
to me.
knowing is half the battle.
Tastes like a cherry pie.
One hates to note how Thanksgiving is just around the corner.
I'll let you.
And
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll have some more
Courage.
cherry brandy.
Maybe I
I'm gonna
will.
hold on to my glass.
maybe I will, maybe I won't. I will take the curacao. Please.
Yeah, you will.
Last thing I'm taking. So we're using the genuine curacao tonight, the curacao from Curacao. And it's a different kind of a flavor. It's got a very specific kind of a orange note
I'm
to it.
enjoying it.
I think that the whole story with that was that when Curacao was settled by Europeans, they planted, I think, Valencia oranges. And the resulting product was extremely bitter. It was like you couldn't eat it as oranges. So what did the locals do?
Ew.
They started actually like making a liqueur out of the peel. And they had a thing going on, and that became pretty well known. Widely imitated.
That thing. The spray.
The spray.
Thank you.
All right, shake with ice.
Paul hides the good stuff. Now there's a scandal. Right, Dime?
Now you're talking.
I'm just saying. He's like, oh yeah, I do that all the time.
You don't think there's a method to this madness? Here we
Really?
go.
Oh my gosh.
Boom, 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 boom.
Hi, Nora.
Hi, Nora.
Good to see you. Hey. Oh, thank you.
Boom. Absolutely. Well, we just had to do something. You had your eye on this fine number, which you purchased recently for other reasons.
I did.
I believe that the manufacturer of this item is
Cynthia Rowley.
Hello.
I didn't pay full price.
It's like a glove. Yeah, you found that at a really nice location.
Hi, Marky.
And I thought, look, if you're going on air with that, I got to look like something. And I happen to have my blue jacket, so I said, oh, yeah, we can do that. This is the shirt I wore to work today, which work was here. This is my standing desk. And I had a great tie. If you can look very carefully, you'll see certain logos on there that you might recognize. No
I can't
more
see a
Stoli.
thing.
Anyway.
Can't see a thing without my glasses.
But,
I see it says vodka.
I got Russian
oh, yeah,
vodka.
okay,
I
it's
got
bottles. It's
Stoli.
bottles.
It's
yeah.
a whole bunch of Russian vodka anyway.
All right.
It's something that I found at a thrift store for an excellent price myself. Hey, Marky. Hey, I saw Tony today, by the way. And he's working on my brakes, our brakes.
Our brakes.
Really need help. So we're working that out.
Yeah.
So I thank you again for the recommendation.
Our brakes have been making a disturbing sound.
Yeah, scrapey. They still work, but good grief are they complaining.
If they didn't still work, we wouldn't be here. But
All right. I don't think this calls for any kind of garnish.
no.
Interestingly enough, considering the base spirits, that's about the color I would think. I'm going to take a lemon peel.
I am eager to try this, though.
Yeah, I am, me too. I think that, yeah,
There you go.
the whole balance on that should be pretty good, all things considered. It might withstand, here we go, that lemon oil is good. It might withstand a little more of the lemon juice, let's say. Yeah, what do you think?
Let's see.
It took a teaspoon, bar spoon. I'm thinking more like half an ounce would be apropos.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
You kind of like it? Maybe it stays. Yeah. Because like you used more lemon juice in that item there. And that was a good idea because that bounces the drink right
I don't know. I think it's really nice, actually.
Then we just let it ride. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. All right, I'm liking that better than the first
Okay.
thing I had.
Peter's a Grand Marnier fan. Yes.
This is actually
Knew that about
well
you.
established on this show that
Yes.
he's a big promoter.
Yeah.
Do you get a cut every time we say Marnier? But the simple fact is, I feel like I should get a cut. I think this stuff is great. If you're talking about an orange liqueur, there is no actual parallel.
Errol's brother's your mechanic.
Ah!
I would love to have a mechanic in the family. I'm just saying.
Well, somebody who could actually nail these things shut. It's
Oh
like
my gosh.
within this family, if your ancient, Scott or Fisher stereo receiver goes on the fritz, and it's like, oh, I don't know, I need to buy some vacuum tubes. I'll be the one to say, no, just get that to me and we'll take care of it, because we know what's actually wrong with it is something else. So
Yeah, Grand Marnier is lovely.
it's an excellent blend with a lot of flavors. It's 80 proof.
Mm-hmm.
You can just take it straight up, as is on a rock. And
Yep.
that's a
Oh,
recommended
yeah,
way to
yeah.
go. You can add a few things to that to make that sort of a liqueur on a rock with maybe a little bit of something else. And as an ingredient in a drink that requires like a triple sec, a curacao, it's unparalleled. Just great, great stuff. There are other liqueurs out there which actually work that vein, like Grangala, which is actually a nicer price point. It is Italian brandy base. It's basically like flavored the same way, and I think like head to head I can tell the difference, but I would certainly put that in my Mai Tai, for sure. So
Oh, Doug says, my tube stereo makes a buzzing sound. I think the tunes are old.
the tunes are old or the tubes are old.
The tubes.
The tubes are old. Well, hey, don't worry, Mr. Scott. We'll
Calm down,
actually
Beaver.
provide you with all new vacuum tubes and take those old tubes and just throw them away for you.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what we'll do.
Abra, Cointreau is nice.
Cointreau is
That's
great.
a nice one, too.
Yeah.
That's what they call for in a sidecar.
The sidecar and a margarita, the classics
Yep.
will call for Cointreau. Now, I'm not sure why Cointreau was like the thing to turn to back when Marnier was definitely available. But maybe Marnier was not actually being promoted as heavily as an ingredient in drinks. So I think if you make like the millionaire margarita, you're like, oh, what's the most expensive orange liqueur we got here? Oh, go for the Marnier. So there you go.
But is it... I feel like Cointreau is more than Grand Marnier, isn't it?
No, they're about on par.
I
Head
think
to
it
head,
depends on the store.
head to head, I found that
Yeah, it
like
depends on the
the
store.
Marnier has like more flavor notes going on. But Cointreau is an excellent
I think they have different
infused liqueur.
purposes. I
Yep.
think they have different purposes.
There's a simple fact
honestly,
to it.
because I love me some Cointreau in a sidecar.
Yeah, I put my tie a little bit more off kilter. I think it's actually working pretty well, but I think it needs to
Ah.
be slightly more unfurled.
Oh yeah, we're
There
getting
you
a
go.
lot of love for Grand
There we go.
Marnier. Yeah, Peter says I have a nip of Grand Marnier while cooking.
It's a good way
As
to
well,
go.
you should.
Don't we have the Grand Marnier cookbook? Cook with Marnier.
Oh yeah, we do.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, Peter.
Okay.
We have to
I think we need to
scan it and get it to you.
Trade a few
you know?
things with you
Yeah,
because
scan it and get it to
things
you.
you should know. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
number of things that are like desserty type items, but I think they also do like a
Yeah.
Duc à l'orange with the Marnier.
Yeah.
We did that once. It was one hell of a lot of work, and it was really good. So I got to say.
Oh my gosh! See, Dime's got an assignment for you.
Ward's Airline. Ward's was, of course, Montgomery Ward, Monkey
my
Ward for all
gosh.
you who don't recognize such things.
Airline Radio.
Airline was their house brand. The Sears house brand was Silvertone.
Oh my, really?
Yep. And then back in the day, in the 70s, 80s, J.C. Penney had a lineup of stereo components they called MCS, Modular Component Systems,
Oh my gosh.
that they sold. Now, MCS was made by a number of manufacturers, among them Panasonic. So you were basically getting Techniques when you went to J.C. Penney. They really weren't bad. They're kind of a sleeper. I mean, you listen to this stuff, you're like, that's actually kind of punching high. So as far as things go. But Airline was actually designed to be pretty competitive. I mean, it was a good price point at what it was, but it was designed to be a good performer. So I will say right off the bat, if you know a good tech, talk to them about it. You know for sure that your power supply needs to be looked at and worked over, because some of those components
Worked
are.
over.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really thinking about like take this to Detroit or something. The boys and I have an appointment.
We'll work
with
it over.
Appointment with a radio. We're going to take care of this whole problem. But you've got to. Some of those components are all dried up, and they are useless, and they will not do what they're supposed to. So you have to replace them.
Oh, he's gonna email you some pictures of it.
Send me some pics. Send a pic of the back with the tube component, and I will tell you it's probably 5 tubes with the usual. It probably doesn't have a transformer, which saved them money, but also needs to be attended to in terms of safety, because lack of transformer means that you're exposed to AC power.
Do you have that book handy with all of the like systems, like the Fleetwood, the Patterson?
I do not have that handy.
Oh my gosh, what was that? Like
That
I was
was-
like, this is the only book we need.
It really is. It really is. Somewhere in this house, and I have found it and lost it again within this house, is a tiny little pamphlet that came from Panasonic around 1970. And the great thing about this is that this is the intersection between like all of these huge console stereos.
Oh,
that
okay,
will
Doug, we'll see you when you get back.
Okay. Yep. This is the intersection between those huge console systems of the 60s, the cool portable stuff that Panasonic started doing in the 70s, and quadraphonic sound. It's all featured in there. They'll have portable TV sets. They'll have huge consoles, and their stereo stuff comes in these big pieces of furniture, and they give them names.
Oh yeah.
There's the
One of them was the Patterson.
there's the Fleetwood, there's the Brentwood, there's the Patterson. I'm like, man, I just need to scan this whole thing and be done with it.
You need like sometime you need to find the Patterson and just surprise me with it. Like, oh look, it's the Patterson.
It's the Patterson. Yeah, find the actual thing in the wild and say, oh, the Patterson, yeah. The thing about that is consoles have been a dime a dozen forever because they're huge
Yeah.
and nobody can handle them. I don't have space for a console. We already have a console. We barely have
Yeah,
space for that.
yeah.
It's not like I can collect them, right? So really, if you find one, it should be cheap, cheap, cheap because they're huge and heavy. No one can get rid of them. You have to crate them away on a truck. So if somebody says, well, that'll be $500, walk away.
I just thought of your next career.
Oh, what do I do?
These cheap consoles that one finds on the street and
If only.
at the dump.
Mhm.
Not at thrift stores. Thrift stores won't take them.
No,
But
not anymore.
you
They're
could
impossible to
repair
move.
them and get them working again and get them like
Add some-
USB
add some
capability. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
now you're talking.
I think we just found your next career.
Well, I'm in kind of like impinging upon the what is the actual brand name I'm thinking of from Rosendale? Mark does
oh,
this.
Mark, yeah.
Yeah, because he has a whole
Brandhofer
audio.
audio, yeah.
He does. He's done that a number of times.
Oh, Eric says, wow, I'm actually feeling a cool breeze. It could happen. It could happen.
Yeah, seriously. Cool breeze. I felt one this morning. The mornings have actually been pretty civil for the most part. I pop the windows. I'm like, oh, that's nice coming in here. And then it starts heating up, and then
Oh
things
my gosh.
happen.
Abra says, I had a Panasonic toot-a-loop
Toodaloo.
in elementary school. Speaking of Panasonic. I remember Don McLean's American Pie playing in the classroom on it.
That's too much.
It's so funny. These carnivals that we've been working at, we always know that it's ending, it's winding down when American Pie plays.
DJ plays the same set every
Like
damn
the
time.
third from last is American Pie. So like that's how we know it's over.
Like usually, kind of early on, he's playing the national anthem, so you can start the whole business. And then by the end, he's playing like that Lee Greenwood song, and then he plays American Pie, and you're like, okay, the party's over. You know, you're like, okay, you can buy your watch. You're like, it's quarter till closing time, and away you go. Yeah.
Oh, see, Errol's interested in electronics, especially combined with the commercial aspect. Right, yeah.
It's one thing to design a product that actually does something very well. It's another to design it at a really great price point and to make it easy to manufacture and to make it easy to get out of the factory and onto the shelves. That whole thing is this whole thing. And I'm trying to think, do we have? Oh yes, we do. Speaking of Panasonic, haha.
Oh, geez. Oh, I know what you're bringing over. Hey, mate, you want to close some curtains while you're over there? Thank you. It's been driving me nuts. It's light when we go live. Now it's fully dark.
It's getting kind of dark.
All right, that's great. Thank you.
Oh, and you might as well actually have something to put into it.
Uh-oh.
Why not?
Oh, no. Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. Wait, I don't think this actually works, but...
Oh, that's perfect. There we go.
Oh, easy. I had an easy bake oven.
Easy bake oven.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect
I kind of
device.
want one now.
Well, it cooks with a 40-watt light bulb.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
can't be beat. It's like if
I
you're
kind of
actually
want one now.
suppose like the gas goes out, you have a leak in your gas line or something. How are you going to cook? I know. Whip out the Easy Bake. You just plug it in. 40 watts.
See?
You know, and away
You
you
could
go.
probably also do that in the microwave, but But I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. The microwave also has a 40-watt light bulb.
The Instant Pot.
So what we
the
have
air
here,
fryer.
of course, is the classic. This is a classic piece of design. The Panasonic Dynaplunger is an 8-track player, no radio. It has one speaker, which is nowhere near this big, by the way. It's about this big. I've been on the inside of this
thank you,
thing.
Dime.
And the way that you change tracks is, of course, would you like to?
You push it down, right?
Yep. There you go. It's like, aha! The Mad Bomber. Boom. Does this actually work? Not at current because I replaced the belt and it still is giving me trouble. But you can absolutely take a tape. Maybe that tape says hit explosion. And
Do you want your hits to explode?
and boom.
Well,
there you go.
actually, hit explosion, Dino Plunger. I'm sensing an explosive.
There's a
theme
thing
here.
going on here. So, you change tracks. And the great thing about the
Oh,
plunger
easy
is...
bake oven. Oh, wait.
Great thing about the plunger is it's the handle.
Julie says, some songs that make me think of Summer Fair. Spinning Wheel, Brandy. They always seem to be playing, right? Yes.
I think we heard both of those the last carnival.
Yes.
I'm sure
Julie, you totally nailed it. Totally nailed
absolutely
it.
certain that one of them I heard Brandy, and the same one I heard Spinning Wheel, and it was like this long remix of Spinning Wheel.
I did hear Spinning Wheel. Peter says my father had a multi-channel radio from Panasonic, which also has shortwave channel. Oh my God!
Oh yeah, that was
Easy Bake Oven. I want an Easy Bake Oven.
that was very common with a very large portable radio back in the day from these manufacturers. I think Kenwood did a lot of these things. Would have like 3 bands of shortwave, police channel, the airline channel, like the what's coming across to the air traffic controller channel, and then AM and FM. And if it had 2 speakers, it had FM stereo. That's a lot of bands for radio like that. But going back to the 40s, there were those portables that had like a really huge battery that delivered about 200 volts to the tubes that would actually deliver like a lot of bands. Shortwave used to be a much bigger thing back in the day. And if it was 1938 and you were worried about your relatives back in Austria, you were listening to shortwave a lot.
Yeah.
We have a German radio over here, a little console from the 60s that has shortwave built in. That used to be very important. Now I don't know what's coming over shortwave these days, but if we get that baby working again, then we'll find out. This does not receive anything. This plays tapes. That's it. So it's kind of fun. This tape is actually circa 1983. So the hit Explosion features such artists as the Go-Go's, Tony Basil, and Survivor. So that's pretty astonishing. This is a really late period 8-track.
Which Go-Go's?
The Go-Go's.
No, song.
which song?
Not which Go-Go's.
Oh, which Go-Go's?
Not
are we
which
talking-
band, which song.
Which actual band named Go-Go's are we talking about here? Now this is actually Vacation. This has
Okay.
Vacation on it. So there we go.
Tony
and-
Basil, I'm pretty sure I could guess. Survivor, I'm pretty sure I could guess.
Yeah, well, there's only one Tony Basil that anybody knows, and the Survivor is the big one.
Yes.
Although there was another one. New World Men with Rush. Space Age Love Song, Flock of Seagulls.
Oh my God!
Hello. It has everything that you need on one tape that currently you can hear in your supermarket. So there we go. I will put this aside.
Hit Explosion.
Boom, boom, boom. One of these days, I will detonate the hit explosion on the Dynaplunger. Dynaplunger came in, I think, 4 different colors.
Yeah,
I've definitely
yeah.
seen blue and yellow.
Yep.
I believe there was orange, too. So, who knows?
Collect them all.
Might be white. If you get a white one, it's going to be seriously discolored. So you might as well go for the
I
colors.
want to say it was white.
Yeah.
I gotta see if I can find this.
Because we're actually also looking at the, not the Sertron, the Weltron over there, which is a sphere, and it's yellow. And actually, the yellow's in pretty good shape.
Wait.
When you find one that's white, it's ABS plastic.
I search on it
starts to
and it's all
discolor pretty
plungers.
badly. Oh, as in your.
It's like
your
actual
sewer.
plungers.
Except for the blasting machine. Ah. Blast.
Yeah, no, that's not what we were after, but thank you.
Not quite. Not quite.
Oh, Tony Basil directed the Once in a Lifetime video by Talking Heads.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
Tony
Night,
was,
Peter.
Hey, night, Peter. Good to see you, man. I believe she was also sort of a staff person on Hullabaloo, so she was.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
She was doing the choreography
Yep,
there.
Yep.
And a ton of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that she was in. And then she just did an acting career where
Hi,
she...
Phil. Thank you.
Hey, Phil.
Yay.
Awesome. Thank you so
Aw.
much. Much appreciated. As an actor, she's in stuff like Easy Rider. Like,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I think she knew those guys, and she's like, yeah, sure. So she appears in this thing, and she's just one of these gals they meet on the way. So I think she's with them when they're in New Orleans, and they end up in the cemetery, which is pretty freaky.
Yeah.
So, but big fun. Hey. And Tony is still around and still rocking, as far as I know.
Yeah,
I
she
don't
is.
think she ever stopped. So power to you. Were you doing
Exactly.
it in the '60s and you're still doing it now? Yeah, go to town.
Exactly. You gotta. Oh, too hot over shirt and tie here. It kind of is here too. I don't know. Well, he's got the fan pointed right at him.
We got the fan, and you notice that the tie is unfurled because this is the scandal,
I
and
thought
it's
it would,
just
like,
like, oh geez, I was feeling a little hot there. I had to unloosen the tie, blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. That's what we're talking about with
Speaking
Scandal.
of,
We had a long discussion. You can actually flip back the comments flip and take a look at all the scandals that people are talking about. A number of them are, in fact,
so many good
classic
ones.
sex scandals, PTL, that kind of stuff. A number of them are classic. A lot of scandals are bribery scandals, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
It's like, I need to get ahead, so I'm going to pay somebody. Going to get somebody a little backsheesh, and, we'll go from there.
Oh,
And
she's in.
so many times that backfires.
Oh, she's in Head.
Yes, she
Dancing
is.
with Davy Jones. Yes.
That's right.
Julie, good call.
That's right.
Yeah.
She dances to
Yeah.
Daddy's song, which is a Harry Nilsson song.
Yeah.
That's right. We own Head. And did I actually put that in my drink?
Yeah. We put these in.
The bitters.
Yeah, didn't you?
I don't think I
Well,
did.
it's gone, so it's not like you're gonna put it in now.
A little late now. Oh, the scandal. I missed the bitters. Throw it away, I swear. These things. It's a trial. But, let's
Did
get
he? I don't remember.
Who, did he? Did he what? Did he? I'll have to look at the replay. Instant replay. See what's going on.
Eric sings CBS Sunday Morning did a story on her recently. She's in her 70s but can still do James Brown moves.
Hate her.
Oh.
I don't hate her, but I hate her. I try my best
Oh
with
my
James
God.
Brown moves. There is basically that 1 foot move where you're just kind of shaking back and forth on that 1 foot. And I've got enough balance to do it, but you need very slippery shoes, which is a real hazard. So you got to actually figure that. Because he does that thing where he kind of spins around and his feet stay together. It's just, he was a boxer, and it shows. So was Jackie Wilson. And if you see these guys live, and they're doing all these athletic moves, and the audience goes nuts, that's what it's all about.
Well, there's that splits,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I'll
but
just
like
flip
with one
around and
leg
do
down.
do a split right there, and then
Yeah.
slip right back
Yeah,
up.
and slip right back up.
He just half the
Crazy.
stuff he did was show off stuff to make people go, what? And I think that's the idea. That's the idea. Just make people stand there with their jaw open. That's the idea. So
A gape.
a gape. Yeah, one of those things.
All right. I'm working. What's next?
I'm all out of drink. I'm so lost without drink. What
That just came out wrong, I think.
Yeah, I kind of did. Oh, Le Scandal. He actually can't be without drink.
Air supply.
On the show, this is what we do, so I kind of think I need something. Let's see here, folks. Kind of feel like when we get to this point in the show, the canned spirits are a pretty good idea. That is
Canned spirits?
the
or
fermented
canned-
beverages.
We can do that.
Yep.
We can
Yep.
do that.
I think we will.
Speaking of canned spirits, we have some really, really ancient stuff out there. We should be consuming at some point.
I have seen that,
Yes.
and it's taking up room, so there we go. But definitely. I wonder what I got behind me. Boom.
Just a Teflon plate to your shoes. Well, they have those things, the sliders for working out.
Yep.
Yeah, that you make make your feet slippery.
They've got those things that you put on the bottom of furniture to make them move around faster.
No, these are yes, but these are a little bit bigger than that. But they're I
Oh,
forget what they
some
call
fun
them.
stuff.
Sliders.
I've got that Fever Tree Cola. We've got some Buddy Buzz.
We got we got
Blue Tea
tonic.
Blood Orange we got in here.
Okay.
Oh, we even have some tonic. And the sparkling lime from Buddy Buzz.
Okay.
Also a ginger beer. So we got some things we can work with. What's in the hidden drawer? Boom.
Oh, jeez.
No. Although this needs to come out. No.
Oh, boy. There's a truly ancient seltzer that someone brought to one of our parties. A
Long time ago.
truly ancient, truly seltzer that I don't know why we still have
Long time
it.
ago. Speaking
But
of
it's
Don McLean.
in our crisper.
Yeah. Well, you put it down. You put it out there, and then you forget about it, and away you go. So I guess we got to get something else. Well, we do have beer and cider out there, so I don't know if I should go or if you should go. Or...
I can go.
Okay.
What would you like?
I'll take a cider.
Any particular?
No, I'm sure you find something good.
I want more of that cherry brandy.
Oh,
That
you
is
do?
So good. I do.
Well, Scandal, I've been holding out.
Maybe you can. Yeah, there's a scandal right there.
I could retrieve the shot glasses and I could actually re-pour so that she gets a nice, like, solid sort of thing. I'm telling you, folks, we do this show week in and week out. I start to forget about components that we've got. We infuse all these cherries and brandy, and what at the end of the day, what do you get? You get cocktail cherries, which are awesome. If you make them from cherries, we pit the cherries, by the way. But if you just make them from cherries, they're the best things ever. People will rhapsodize about one or another brand on the market now. There's some really good brands. They're not all red. They're not all red dye, you know. But if you make them yourselves, wow, they're awesome. And guess what? You throw brandy in there, and it soaks the cherries, and some of the cherry essence comes out, and suddenly you get cherry brandy. It's fantastic. Just fantastic.
Lisa's laughing. Glad you're not hoity-toity against using canned spirits.
Yeah, seriously. Well, here's the thing. Around here,
I feel like when in Rome.
around here, we will try anything once.
Yes.
And if it's not terrible, we'll try it twice. So,
I want more of that cherry brandy.
well, I'm going to buy my glass. And
I brought Mia. He wanted a cider. I brought Mia beer.
Mhm.
But I'm going to do something
I've got an
with it.
Angry Orchard Hardcore. Speaking of, like, your 8%. Okay, I'm done for the evening.
I feel like you should do some of this with it.
Okay, maybe I'll give that a whirl. Make a sort of a Boilermaker.
Ooh. All right.
Or first I'll just try some of it because we're very low on the cherries that were in here. We might have already moved on to the next.
Oh, no, I already made like a whole other thing of cherries, but it has rum.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
I'm saying is we may have already removed all the cherries from here.
I
But
took cherries from there tonight.
okay, so there's still some cherries swimming around.
Well, I don't know.
But
Let's
we
see.
have a spare bottle which has some fresh
I
cherries,
can't tell.
which are now very infused. And I think those new cherries are ready to go, but the
Oh,
old
yeah.
cherries are like very very soft and compliant and very nice.
All right.
So yeah, that's so good.
This is still the best thing we've ever made.
It's this very rounded fruit flavor without being
But
cloying.
anyone could
It's
do it.
not like well, we just described to you how to do
That's
it.
the thing. Like,
Mason jar, or like the flip top jar.
this is the best thing ever, and you could make
Clean
this
the jar,
tomorrow.
sterilize the jar, get a bunch of your Bing cherries, pit them, throw them in, keep the stem, and then
For what?
when you've actually you've got to have the handle.
No, you pit them.
You pit them, yes, but you keep the stem.
How do you keep the stem when you pit them?
I don't know.
No,
So
you're gonna lose the stem, but it doesn't matter.
whatever. I'm just trying to describe what happens
Just
on
saying,
the air.
Pit the cherries.
Pit them, throw them in the jar, cram it as much as you can, and then fill with your brandy. So that the brandy is the last thing you add, and then it actually starts soaking your cherries. Essence infuses out of the cherries. The cherries
Cherrygate.
actually get a little.
Marty.
They're
I wonder how many people are
Scandal-
going to hear you yelling at them in the middle of the night.
They will.
They're going to have nightmares, and you're going to be the star.
I'm just trying to describe how this is done, and I'm getting commentary, and I can't do my
I
job
was still,
here.
yeah, no sugar opera. All we did was
No
just
sugar. None.
fill the mason jar or whatever you're using with pitted cherries from your produce section
The cherries are sweet
and
enough.
cover it with brandy.
The cherries are sweet enough.
And these have been sitting for a long time, so like, give it a few months anyway. But
The brandy
Dang,
is
this
brandy
is
is a
good.
solvent, so it will start leaching some flavor out of the cherries. The cherries are a
Mm-hmm.
bit absorbent, therefore they'll start actually absorbing some of the booze. The cherry does end up boozy,
aw,
unlike a lot of maraschino cherries.
Josie's watching the show. Hi, Josie.
Hey, Josie.
Hey.
Oh.
Could you make it with
Well.
cherry mash, too? I feel like that would only take a few days.
Well, cherry mash meaning which?
I assume, like, crushed cherries? Is that...
I'm thinking of the candy.
Oh, you can do it with the candy, but you
No.
could do it with...
If you had like a cherry pomace, perhaps, is that
Yeah,
what you're
yeah.
referring to?
But then I would only do it for a few days and then I would strain it.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
that would
yeah,
actually
yeah.
that would leach off very fast.
Yeah.
True, absolutely. We use the whole cherries because we want an entire cherry to be. Put
Well,
on
we
a
use the
skewer.
cherries for drinks, so...
We want a full cherry on the skewer into our Manhattan, which I figure you should have as well because you can. You can absolutely do this.
Yeah, he meant crushed cherries,
There you go. Okay.
not
Thank
the
you.
candy. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you would do it for a lot less time and then strain it, but yeah.
So it really
That
is
would
sort of
work.
in an institutional setting. If you're thinking with the old toque on and thinking food service, how am I going to do this fast? Crush your cherries and fuse for a couple of
Yeah,
days. When it gets really, really red, then you strain off, and then you've got this fantastic cherry liqueur. And then the gunk that you strain off, I think you make a pie out of it because it's just awesome. I think the cherry
Of course,
stuff.
would it catch on fire in the oven?
No. Just keep it away from flame.
Because it's all boozy.
Yeah, keep away from flame. You'd be fine. You know, there's certain things that you infuse, like bananas, that end up looking horrible. They're just so bad.
Yeah,
and you can't do
Manhattan
anything with them.
Hi-Fi. Yes, Phil, exactly. Manhattan Hi-Fi.
Oh yeah, now you're talking.
Yeah, Dan and Elaine had the Manhattans at Ohana. It was so good.
Uh,
Oh, Abra, no, we just use like straight brandy, no flavor.
No,
Yeah, I mean,
you don't need.
you could do whatever you want, but yeah, no, we just use plain brandy.
I'm looking at a guy with a brandy snifter on the TV, by the way.
Jeez.
It's hilarious. So the brandy, yeah, we just use the stuff that we use to make drinks. You don't have to use a crazy expensive brandy. There's no point to that. You just need a good brand of brandy.
Josie squawked.
Hey!
Hey.
Aw.
Hi, Josie.
I'm thinking of Manhattan Hi-Fi. In the midst of all these tropical drinks, there's a guy in a suit who's serving you just straight up bourbon.
Yeah,
Actually, I think rye. He was serving rye with the sweet vermouth. Wow.
we just used Reynal.
That's awesome.
Brandy. I don't know if it's available everywhere, but it's not expensive. It's really good.
Excellent aged brand.
Yeah, it's
It's
nice.
like if I want a nice brand,
The
you're reaching
SOP.
for this bottle. Obviously, you could reach for brands which have a much higher profile name, and you're getting an excellent. Sure, but I wouldn't infuse cherries in those.
And then the cherries are just whatever's in the supermarket. We just
Yeah.
the little bag that you buy that they have in there already prepared, and then I pit them. You don't have to if you don't mind the pits. You can keep them.
you could
but,
keep the bits,
but I pit them and
but if you punch a hole, in
literally
the,
like that's all I do.
if
Cover
you,
them with
if you
brandy.
punch a hole in the cherry, you reduce the whole like risk of tooth cracking, and you've actually opened up the cherry to absorb more brandy. So that's a big plus. And a cherry pitter is pretty inexpensive.
Errol says, "Hello, Kelly. What a catch on fire! My sister burnt lots of stuff." See,
You never know.
he looked at me like I was crazy, but
Well, why would it catch on fire? Because you don't have open flame inside your oven.
but it's been soaking in booze.
But are you going to take a match and put it to your cherry
Well, I guess it
business?
depends on how close your cherry business is to the flame.
It shouldn't be that close to the flame
Well, it shouldn't, but
because it would otherwise incinerate. So
that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying you wouldn't do
I
that.
think we're saying this. Well, you wouldn't
On the
unless
on the
you
converse,
didn't know.
the flip side of that is if you have a gas oven, a gas stovetop, and you have a pan and you're heating stuff, you have a distinct hazard if you're heating alcohol because it will vaporize and you've got open flame right there.
That's what I'm saying.
That I have seen be a problem. So
what
you
I'm
do want to
saying.
keep that low. But by the same token, by the third token, if what you're trying to do is flame the brandy, you need to heat it.
How many tokens are there?
5 or 6. So you heat that, right? And then what you do is grab a spoonful of it and put it into your flame it, and then toss it into the rest of the pan. And now you've got a whole pan of flaming stuff, and you pour it
Oh,
over
no.
your crepe Suzette. Boom, done.
You guys don't know Errol's sister, Christine. I would love to.
We need to meet sometime.
She sounds like fun.
There are such things, people. But definitely.
There was no flame, but the house was smoked up. Oh.
Seriously.
Oh.
Well, we have done similar sometimes when I did something stupid. No, I guess I did that. I never actually lit a fire inside the house, for instance. That happens outside the house.
Thank you for that.
But there was a point where I did something stupid in the microwave, and it just smoked like mad. So it took me a while to clean the microwave, but it survived. So.
It's funny how you two sound like car talk. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Well, the thing about food is that it actually contains a lot of hydrocarbons. And hydrocarbons are flammable, so if you have your tortilla filled with cheese, that will burn. It'll burn badly. You can't put that on an engine and expect that to cook.
I did not expect earlier this evening that I would be pouring my drinks out of a mason jar. It's very moonshine-esque.
There's a hell of a lot of mason jars on the shelf at a liquor store that are called moonshine this and moonshine that. And some of them literally have lighter fluid.
I know.
And some of them contain like pickles in booze. What can I tell you?
Oh my gosh. Well, we have that pickle whiskey from Daniel.
We do.
That's really good.
The Wickle there. That's
Wicked
nice.
Pickle.
Wicked Pickle. Oh,
yeah,
that's right. The
it's
Wicked
good.
Pickle. It's actually, it has a distinct, like very, like young pickle flavor to it. It's not like it's been aged forever.
Young pickle.
It tastes very
Don't
cucumbery.
be ageist about pickles.
Don't be ageist. It tastes very cucumbery to me. Yeah.
The car talk guys are a hoot. They are. They are.
We've been talking scandal the whole time. I don't think there's any scandal with these guys until we find out about some whoa. But I don't think so. They're just talking about cars. Just talking about
That has
cars.
to be the name of the drink. Whoa.
Whoa. That kind of stuff. I need an appropriate container.
Oh yeah, pickle whiskey. I'm gonna grab it. And show you. Okay. Yep.
Oh.
It's actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually really good. Wicked pickle.
The Wicked Pickle. The
Wicked?
Wicked Pickle. Yes.
Tilting it down so that the
You can
light
actually-
doesn't hit it.
yeah,
But it's actually
it
really
hits it pretty
good.
badly.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. If
you like pickle.
If you like pickle, if you don't, forget it.
Yep.
But if you're like, I can stand that. I've done a pickleback. Try this stuff. That's kind of fun. So, yeah, I've done that with a microwave and popcorn because I was trying to like really pop it pretty hard.
Uh-oh.
And you've got a limit that is probably about 2.5 minutes in a microwave with popcorn. And after that, it's all burned.
Oh,
So
Lisa, she
don't
got you and
push it.
Errol together.
But definitely.
We got to hear the story. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's not like slamming you with pickle. It's like
No.
got the hint
It
of it.
has the flavor. It's got
Yeah,
the essence.
yeah.
It's got some of the spices.
If you don't like pickle, you would hate it.
That's
But
good. Failed animation series from Car Talk.
oh my gosh. An old boss who actually outlawed microwave popcorn. I've heard of that, Elizabeth. Yeah, okay. Because of that burnt popcorn smell. Didn't you have a person in your company who hated that smell?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you had to go like a different floor to make microwave popcorn.
Well, I remember burning it once, and I tell you, like once, and after that, I was like, that's it. 2.25 minutes every time, and I'm going to monitor it like second by second. You really have to be careful with that because it will burn fast. The microwave is pretty merciless, although it makes excellent popcorn, and you can actually spend a lot of time figuring it out yourself, or just buy one of those packets from Orville Redenbacher. But there are those plastic microwave poppers, and we found one at a yard sale, and I took it to work, and I was making popcorn for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Errol, you guys have to come to Ohana.
Please.
Yes, yeah,
Please.
I would, yeah.
You just get on the list, go and do. You'll be
Oh my
like,
gosh.
what the hell is this thing? You know?
Barbara says someone set a toaster on fire in my old office, and the whole fire department came out. Oh no.
Toaster fire. Oh man. Oh, that's bad. Bad news. Oh, bad news. I love the cooked popcorn smell. The burnt popcorn smell is horrible. It's like, it's not like burning flesh or something like that. It's just bad.
Well, yeah.
Burning starch is just nasty. So, the funny thing is that burning proteins, like in say barbecue, is delicious. So what can I say? There are distinctions. I got to get some of this stuff because you challenged me to try.
Oh, did I?
Boil our maker with the cherry brandy. The cherry brandy remains from.
Oh my
making
gosh,
the
I hope
cherries.
you all come. That would be so much fun. We
Please.
could have a meetup.
Come on down.
We could have a Wednesday meetup. Although it starts Thursday, so probably people aren't going on Wednesday. But we'll be there on Wednesday.
Hey,
We could have a Velveteen Lounge meetup.
I
That would be so much fun.
don't think we've ever done that, and I would literally.
Oh my God.
This would be the most awesome thing
That'd
to
be
see.
so much fun.
Everybody here that I do not see with any kind of frequency or never see, it'd be great to see in person. It's a big difference. It really is.
It would be amazing.
All right, so in goes
All right,
1 ounce.
Okay, wait. What are we doing here?
1 ounce of the cherry brandy. Fill
I'm making
with
some space.
hardcore.
Making some space. Fill with what?
Hardcore.
Oh, with cider.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay. You're doing an ounce of the cherry brandy and fill with the cider.
By hardcore, I'm thinking punk rock, not something else.
Well,
by the way.
you said that. And I was like, what? Okay, hold on.
Tasty.
All right, hold on.
The hardcore is about 8%, by the way, so the fill is a good idea.
No
I'm going to
wonder
put
you're
that
enjoying
aside.
it. Okay, hold on.
Boop. Yep. Boop.
All right, so
That's nice stuff.
Does this
This is
have-
complemented very well by the cherry.
does this masterpiece have a name?
No. Not yet.
Cherry. It has to be cherry something.
Yeah, it kind of has to be cherry something, doesn't it?
Cherry something. Patrons, if you get this and it's called cherry something, we did not come up
I
with a
guess
better
we didn't
idea.
come up with a drink.
1 ounce cherry
I'm
brandy.
thinking cherry explosion with all this talk about
That
Dino plungers.
sounds wrong. Okay. And chilled. What's it called? Angry Orchard. Hold
Angry
on.
Orchard Hardcore. Which actually contains cherry juice.
Angry Orchard Hardcore,
Hard cider with cherry juice.
but it's just like,
Angry Orchard Hardcore. That's all it's called.
okay.
Yep.
All right. Angry.
They actually popped this up to 8%, so it's pretty strong. Don't go to a party and have one of these and then have another and then say, hey, I'm good. No, you're not.
No.
But I just made a tall one with this, with some ice, and I'm going to sip this for a while. So I'm good.
All right.
Also, I'm not going
Hold
anywhere.
on.
There is that factor.
Got it.
There you go.
Okay.
Got that sucker. Oh,
I got it.
She's got this
I
under
got
control.
that sucker.
Cherry
Okay.
something.
Cherry something. We'll see if we come up with a better name.
You should see the graphic we've got here for all of the recipes that you get if you are a patron. This is really cool. So,
Woo. Lisa, your story sounds a lot like Paul's cousin.
let's see here.
Oh my god. Okay, wait. Oh, the best
Oh,
airport to reach Ohana, Albany.
Yeah.
Albany is the closest. It's like 45 minutes away, but it is the closest.
If you're trying to get in,
Oh, Abra, I wish the tickets were on sale now too. Right?
seriously.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think there's only 2 airports that you could possibly come into.
Yeah.
And one of them is Albany, one of them is Stewart, which is much closer to us. However, it's probably a lot harder to get a decent flight to Stewart.
Yeah,
Whereas
Albany.
Albany is a little more prominent. Hey, state capital. And at that point, you are something like 40 minutes out from the venue space, maybe 30. It's pretty close. So yeah, that's the thing to beat. I've never flown into Albany. It looks like a decent airport, though.
Oh yeah. No, it's handy. It's right off the highway.
These little
so,
regional
yeah.
airports are cool because you fly in and then you like debark onto the tarmac as if it's like the 1960s or something. It's that's kind of
Oh.
fun. Yep.
Yeah, Lisa, your story just reminds me a lot of Paul's cousins.
We need to compare stories sometime.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. Which is kind of fun. Mm-hmm. It's kind of the thing. An Ohana event lasts from
Thursday night,
until Monday morning, basically.
well, Sunday morning. It's officially over Sunday morning.
Yeah. But then there's a whole
But there's a whole contingent that
a
stays over
layover
on
crew
Sunday,
that keeps
so,
going,
yeah.
and then they're down in the parking lot, and then they're up by the pool, and it keeps rocking. And I remember distinctly last year when there was a point where the bar said we're out of drinks.
Oh, see, Nick
And we
says
realized
there are
that
good
we had-
connections and direct flights from Albany. Nick lives near Albany, so
He does.
yeah, it's a good airport, easy to get in and out of. Thank you, Nick.
A
Yeah.
good regional airport is hard to beat because
Yeah.
because if I told you, well, you have to fly into Newark,
Oh, God, no.
that's
No,
hours
no,
from the
no,
venue,
yeah.
and you have to drive through New Jersey and then New York City. It's like, what
Now,
the hell?
I will
That's
say,
the worst of worlds.
I will say it's a different story.
Don't do that.
If you're planning to do NYC stuff,
Yep.
then I highly recommend flying into
If you
Newark or JFK or whatever, LaGuardia.
if you got to go to autos, all right, fine. But
or just if
you
you want to go see
probably-
Broadway shows, if you want to,
Sure.
yeah, if you want to do any NYC stuff,
Yeah.
definitely fly into a New York airport. But if you're just like, you know what, I'm going for Ohana, that's it.
Gonna come and do. Gonna
All
take
gonna-
advantage of
yeah.
the Hudson Valley and northward parts.
love it.
Yeah, you'll have a lot of fun. The Capital Region has a lot of stuff. The Adirondacks is full of stuff. There's all sorts of crazy. It's great.
Oh yeah. No, if I am all about doing a Velveteen Lounge meetup. We'll figure
Yep.
something out. It'll be fun.
Hey,
Yay.
when things are happening, we can put that together.
I love it. I love it
It
so
is
much.
so cool. I can't
yeah,
stand it. Yep.
I know.
Telling you.
That would be so much fun.
Telling you. You're out of drinks?
I brought in an old man beer.
Paul and Eric made a run to the liquor store. Hey.
Oh. Make a run to the liquor store. I know. I fear our local store might be closed, but I cracked my beer.
At this exact moment, they're done. They're done. You could go to the supermarket and buy beer.
I'm gonna pour.
That could be possible, but they're probably going to close in about 40 minutes. So
They close at 11.
I think it closed at 11.
I thought they stayed open later than that. I don't know.
Well, within a few anyway.
I'm not going anywhere, but
the liquor and wine store is quite closed.
I'm doing an experiment. Fun party with no sacrilege.
I'm telling you.
All right, so I'm trying I'm pouring my old man beer into my glass that had the cherry brandy, so it will have a cherry brandy wash.
Hey, Wash.
A wash.
The funny thing is, it looks like it's got the wicked pickle in it from that color, but there's no way.
No, it doesn't. But we could try that too.
I'm looking through the light. It's really glinting on that. I'm saying, and actually, at the end of the day,
Hey.
the Gansett Fresh Catch is not quite old man beer. It's just Gansett is an old man beer. Their flagship, but this is a golden ale, dry hopped. So they're making it's a light herbier color wise.
I feel like I'm just getting
but I
the
think
beer.
it's got a lot of body to it.
I'm not getting the cherry brandy.
Okay.
Like I
It
feel like
didn't-
maybe
it,
we
it
need
didn't
to.
shine through.
I feel like maybe I need to try my next sip with. I'll wash my glass with like bitters, and then we'll see what happens.
The bitters will make a bigger difference because they're
We'll
concentrated
see.
flavor.
We'll see.
But definitely. However, I'm still enjoying the cherry cider with the cherry
What
addition.
did we call that? We called that the cherry something.
Did we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
we-
needs a better
We
name.
called it cherry something. Cherry bomb.
Oh, okay. All right, cherry bomb. I'm sure there's already a cocktail called that, but we don't care.
There are plenty of things called cherry bomb, including the song by the Runaways, which is actually great. It's terrific. I like those gals a lot. So,
Oh, wait, no, someone else did a song called Cherry Bomb.
Mhm. Can Josie be smuggling a bra? Not without, not without a lot of noise.
Not my area of expertise.
Oh boy.
Cherry Fink. Okay, Marty, I'm going to change it. Cherry
Oh,
Fink.
Cherry Fink, I like that.
I like Cherry Fink.
Think Daddy. Boom.
Cherry Fink. Marty named it.
Thank you, sir. We saw Marty earlier today because he is promoting the Surfer Joe show. There are 3 shows happening in our area
Yes.
in August. I think it's the 17th, the 22nd, and the 20th will be right here on our stage. We've got Surfer Joe from Italy. We'll be playing
From Italy?
surf music for you. And
Hi, Doug.
hey, Doug, I am back.
Yes, if you're Yeah, John Mellencamp, exactly. Yes.
Oh, boom.
So,
Yeah.
if you're in our area and would like to come to a cookout at the Velveteen Lounge and see Surfer Joe play a set and be interviewed by us, we'll also be going live that day. Knock on wood, we can make our internet work, but
We're trying.
we've got time. We got time. So,
Got a second to figure it out.
August 20th. Let us know if you want to come.
If you're interested.
And we'll give you the deets.
A number of locals have actually responded to the announcement, and they said, yeah, definitely interested. If you're coming from afar, even like, say, like Troy, Albany, Schenectady type area, yeah, let us know, because we can make that happen.
Yeah, let us know. I'm happy to send you all of the information.
All the deets. So Marty Priego. And
Oh, yeah, fisherman. Yes, dime. Oh, boy. Oh, jeez. Oh, dime.
I remember that bass player being like really hot stuff. He was
Oh,
great.
my gosh.
Because I got some great video of those guys. I'm like, these guys are just. I really love Fisherman, man. And we got a couple of their CDs. They're just. They've got the groove. And there's a really great comment I want to get back to here. Phyllis noting that Narragansett is one group rumored to be interested in saving Anchor Brewery.
I saw that. Wait, what? Some employees were interested?
If Gansett Corporate is like maybe we could throw down, then that is just a big plus.
We have
for a great regional.
we
brand.
have very warm feelings for Anchor.
I have warm feelings for both Gansett and Anchor, but particularly because we were in San Francisco around 21 years ago, had a great trip, and we decided to do the Anchor tour. We show up, and the gal at the desk says, "Oh, there's no tour today." We say, "Oh."
We're like, what?
And then immediately she says, "But you can just go up and stay in the tap room." We're like, "Okay."
Okay.
So we go up there and we hang in the tap room. The tap room had all these like beer trays and memorabilia. It was really cool. And after about 10 minutes, some guy comes in and says, "Hey, well, we got some fresh stuff on tap. Would you like a beer?" I'm like, "Yeah." So we tried that. They were so cordial to us.
They were so nice. They let us
just
buy
had this
merch, and yeah,
such a soft
he was
spot.
so friendly and like couldn't do enough for us. And I'm like, we're just like the randos who showed up on your doorstep, and
In San Francisco.
they were
Hi.
so great.
They're
I'm like,
fantastic.
ever since then, I'm like,
Soft
yes,
spot
Anchor.
for
Yeah,
Anchor.
yeah.
And by the way, I always thought that their product was so high above. They were just punching.
Yes, Anchor Brewing
Great.
was the first micro. Yeah,
They were.
yep.
1965, I think they were starting to brew, well ahead of anybody else. And they were making a steam beer. No one made steam beer back in those days.
They were so great.
And they started making like holiday beers. They've been making a Christmas beer for
Yeah.
about 50 years now.
And I just
mean,
like
that's
when
awesome.
when I read they were closing, I was so sad. And then I saw something about the employees were going to try to buy it or something. I was like, yes.
There's a reason that they have been closing, and apparently it was that their corporate owners were mismanaging the product. And I think
I don't know. I don't know the story.
I think Flip could speak to that, but
I think Flip could
he doesn't need to
speak
speak
to
to
the
that
story.
here.
No, but I would
So-
love to know the inside
Yeah.
story. I would love to know that, but
Because I'm good
But-
with the deets, but I
they
don't
were
need to put
so.
it out there.
I loved them. They were so great. I was so you.
Fan
Oh,
for
you.
life. Fan for
Yeah,
life.
fan for life.
It's
for
like
sure.
when we
Yeah.
shot the episode at Trader Vic's in Emeryville, and they were just fantastic, so cordial. I'm like, I can't believe this.
Sounds like a scandal, Nick says.
I love Trader Vic's. I love Trader Vic's, and I will continue to do so. Trader Vic's corporate head, like worldwide, has a lot of locations. In the States, they're down to 2, and they're both threatened. Well, one of them is threatened, and that's a real that just hurts the heart really, really badly.
does.
But Trader Vic's online has a lot of product you can buy, and you can visit them, and you can go to UAE and see Trader Vic's.
Trader Vic's?
Yep.
Is there a Trader Vic's scandal?
No,
Did I
no
miss
scandal. None whatsoever. We're talking about we're talking about Anchorstein, right there.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about great experiences we had Trader Vic's. That
Oh
was
yeah.
awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love them. So I will definitely be loyal for life. And I'm also thinking about that party in Vegas.
Oh my gosh.
They went so far beyond. And then Vegas just tanked because the people running it were idiots. Franchisors. Bad news. What can I say? Scandal! Yeah, you screwed it up. Yeah, you cocked it up.
Oh boy.
Hey, look, there's not a problem. You just cocked it up.
Has anyone seen the Broadway musical of Tootsie?
We have.
I'm not gonna sing the song here because
Not
we'll go to
for
Facebook jail. But
Airplay. However, it's a hilarious song. So, yes.
Oh.
Tumblr. Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
yeah.
that's so cool.
Ours says my grandfather and grandmother, as poor married people in the 40s, used to get beer for free from the night guard at Dobler Brewery, Albany, New York. They would hang out on the brewery stoop and drink. Oh my god, I love that. I love that.
That is some kind of awesome. There are all sorts of stories like that that I can't even explain how great that is.
Oh, dime. I'm just going to say it now. The second Ohana tickets go on sale, I'm grabbing them. Oh, I love it. And if you miss Ohana tickets, get on the waiting list because
Within the past 2 years, everybody has been
everyone
fulfilled.
on the waiting. Yeah.
Everyone's
so,
got
people
People grab tickets fast because you've got to,
Yep.
and then they can't do it because that's life.
But get on the list.
And we will see them next year,
Yeah.
but we might see you this year if you get tickets.
Oh my gosh.
Don't worry about I didn't get tickets. Talk to people. Look. And what's the story about? Oh, Elizabeth, the Trader Vic Don Beach Mai Tai scandal. Ah!
Oh, jeez. Yeah, Abra's on the waiting list and got tickets. Yay.
See?
We got to see Abra.
Oh, we did.
Yay.
Oh, that was so cool.
It was
so cool.
Very cool.
I'm telling you. It's happened before. It happened again.
I know.
The thing about the Mai Tai with Don and Vic is that at the end of the day, I think that the investigation has already been done by a guy named Berry. Okay, so Jeff Berry
As in
looked into this
Jeff Beachbum.
way too
Berry.
hard and figured it out. And you know something? He's right. Don invented a Mai Tai. Vic invented a Mai Tai. They're different drinks. At the end of the day, Don didn't promote his because it didn't sell. Vic did because it did. And that is the Mai Tai that you know.
And you're real darn tootin'.
Let's not be stupid about it. That's the fact. However, did Don inspire the Mai Tai? That's like the third chapter in this whole thing.
Doug, we met Abra up in Paradise. Were you in Paradise?
Have you been to Paradise?
Have you been to Paradise?
Have you been to Paradise?
That just sounds weird. Have you been to Paradise?
Have you ever been to Paradise? We're back to Wonka. The Paradise is at the Tiki in Lake George. It's a cool room. I think it should be even better than it is.
It should have the Velvetones play.
I would play there in a
sorry.
second.
Did I say that with my outside voice?
You did, and I second that.
Outside voice.
That's where the Velvetones were meant to play. That's where the
Yeah.
Langoliers were meant to play.
Sounds
It's
scandalous.
just what it is.
Outside voice.
I'm just saying.
Velvetones. Paradise.
Hilarious.
Just saying.
Oh man, the things.
It was so wonderful to see you, Abra.
No, it was too cool. Too
I
cool.
was just watching the video again. I think the video of us together. Yeah, I should
It's,
post
uh,
it. I'll post it.
too
I'll post
much.
it if you don't mind.
Too much. Too much.
Yeah. it was
However-
so much fun.
Too much is never enough. Remember.
But I'm thinking, like, what could we do for a meetup? Like the caftan people, like they do a
They do a big
caftan
thing.
strut.
Yep.
And I would totally do
Big
that,
picture.
and I'm all about doing that. If I'm not at Walmart,
I'm not wearing a caftan, but I've been known to wear a kilt.
I would. Oh, there are guys who wear caftans in the caftan
There are.
strut. Oh,
I'll wear a
yeah,
kilt,
yeah,
though.
Yeah.
But definitely.
Oh, Albert doesn't mind. Yay! Oh my god.
So.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking what we could do.
Well, we could figure it out, like, I mean, at event or outside of event.
Well, I don't know.
There may be two different ideas because there's still that whole threat of the Hudson Valley when they're on wine tour.
Oh no! I'm thinking at Ohana. I'm
Okay.
thinking at Ohana, but I'm
At.
just thinking like, what is something we could do that would not be disruptive and allows us, like, I don't know. I'm having thoughts that are terrible.
There are all sorts of places around the lake where you could
Oh, I'll bring a captain to see the Velvetones perform. Tell them you want to see the Velvetones.
If you make demands.
What about the
upon
Hurricane
event-
Hattie tribute? Well, I feel like we can
Oh,
incorporate
yeah.
that into the Velvetones.
Hattie tribute was awesome and unprecedented, and nobody has done it since. So
And- well, no, and I
I gotta
feel like-
credit this one over here.
I feel like I didn't even have a rehearsal. Like, I feel like
No.
I could do better. I could do better.
You could now.
Yeah, yeah.
And Hurricane has all sorts of great stuff.
I could do better, but
the-
I need a rehearsal.
The unfortunate thing about Hurricane Hattie's repertoire is that it's around 1966, and there's a lot of off-color
Cannonball
jokes.
contest in the pool.
There's a certain amount. If you listen to the
No.
existing Hurricane Hattie albums, and I believe there's 3, there's a certain amount of off-color material where you think that doesn't really sell today. But the stuff that's just sort of generically funny,
I have a good idea.
I think she's pretty funny.
I have
So-
a good idea.
you bear that in mind. Yeah.
But it would involve renting a small van.
Okay.
I feel like we could have like an off-campus field trip to Mario's.
Oh, yeah.
Mario's, which was opened in what, 1954?
Yeah.
It's at the
Old.
other end of the lake. It's walkable. We walked
It's
it.
not that.
It's
not
walkable,
unwalkable.
but I feel like we
Not
could rent a small van
And
or
truck people
walk.
to Mario's and have some fantastic Italian food. Wow, were they good?
Have some Italian
Yeah.
food, have a few drinkies, and then go back.
That's a great
It would
idea.
be so much fun.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I love this idea.
Please,
I love it.
please.
Okay, all right.
That was all
I love it.
inspired by our buddy Joe, who
Yay!
said, my aunt and uncle used to come here and go to some Italian place. Well, I think we found it, and we took him there last season. Literally,
It was
like
so much fun.
30 days ago. We're there with him in this place, and he's like, yeah, this is the joint. And we each had a Manhattan, and it was like, wow. this
Well,
is
they
awesome.
brought us. Okay, I think we ordered. Did you order a Manhattan too? I ordered a
I did.
Manhattan.
I
Yeah,
did.
and they were like a bucket, and then he brought me this whole plate of spaghetti, and I was like, oh my god, I could never eat that, and I devoured the whole thing.
Bang.
It was so much fun.
I thought I could economize by like going low level, and then I
Like,
thought
oh yeah. No, I'm not going to eat that. And then
Linguini
I
Fra Diavolo was
devoured
actually
it.
was not cheap, and I said I'm going for it, and I just
Oh,
I put it
my
away.
God.
That was so good. Oh man, it was just seafood Fra Diavolo was fantastic.
And I feel
So
like
well
if we
done.
made a reservation and just told, like, we could do family style, so it's not like $1 million. And
You're not going to go crazy.
you know,
That's the
just
thing.
do some pasta and red sauce, and
Yep.
you know, no big whoop.
Yeah, it's an easy
I think
thing.
it would be really fun. I love this idea.
I love Fra
This idea.
Diavolo.
Ow, Abra loves Fra Diavolo. Yeah.
It's a great way to go. I love puttanesca.
Oh,
That's
the
a
log
great
jam.
sauce.
We did not get to the log jam this
Yeah.
year. Like, everyone was going to log jam, and we thought we would go to Mario's, and then
Yeah, things conspire.
but log jam was fun too.
It's a great place.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
That's like steakhouse, very old school steakhouse.
Yeah. Yep.
And oh yeah, there we go.
Oh,
We're
I love
complete.
it.
And if you're talking about like I just want a plate of pasta, like Mario's, it'll kill you.
Oh my gosh, Dime. That is so sweet. Let's talk. All right.
All right.
We'll talk.
Look,
We'll
we,
talk.
we have some time. We have something like
We have
11,
some. Oh,
11
I was
months.
I was gonna try the
We-
beer
we
with
can-
a wash.
We
Hold
we
on.
can talk, and we can figure out what needs to be done. What's what? Do you need like
You sound like Glendora.
if you are trying to put something together? Do you need tools? We get you all sorts of chef's knives and stuff. But let's figure it out, okay? Not a big
You
deal.
sound like
No big
Glendora.
whoop.
All right, I'm
Definitely.
washing my shot glass with.
There's easily excellent Italian food in Lake George since at least the 1950s. And there is good Mexican food again there again. We used to
Yeah.
go to a Sunday brunch with our buddy Joe and get some great margaritas at this place and have like tacos. I used to get excellent fish tacos. Place is gone, but there's a
Oh,
new
yeah.
place.
Salad bar and
Good place.
escargot, very vintage.
Ah,
Yeah.
now you talk.
We'll talk. All right, I'm going to try this with the
Let's figure
orange
this part
bitters.
out. There's actually another Italian place on this trip, which is much more commercial, and I thought that place looks really cool. Willing to try it.
Oh, Elizabeth,
But there's
yeah,
a lot to do.
gluten-free. I feel like you could do that there. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, if you talk to places in the lake,
It's good with orange bitters.
they will have facility to handle such things.
Yeah.
Gluten-free, vegan, that kind of stuff. You need to talk to them, and you need to keep talking to them.
Because Joe's vegan. He
Yeah.
he went with us to Mario's, and I think he had something like mushroom.
There was a
something.
mushroom linguine thing. Which
Yeah,
looked,
no,
looked,
but
looked awesome.
But yeah, I think it worked. It worked for him. So
You know,
and yeah,
Pasta dishes are easily made vegan.
Yep.
Of course. You know.
Yep.
That's the thing. Now, if you need to be gluten-free and vegan, well, okay, that's a lot of fun.
no,
But it's not that much work at the end of the day. We
Yeah.
handled grilled food at Ohana for the people who will eat pork and the people who will not eat pork, and everything worked out fine.
yeah. No, we had
We had vegan sliders.
vegan
we had
sliders.
standard sliders.
kosher sliders and regular sliders.
Oh yeah, we had
so-
kosher too. That's true.
We did. Yeah.
We had non-pork sliders. And I remember I was
Pizza Jerks is great, Abra. Yes, yes.
Oh yeah, so
We've
true.
ordered from them.
I was specifically talking
Yep.
to Mrs. Rumbar about that. I was talking to both of them about that. And you know what? If we can provide the base material that is non-pork and they're happy with it, there we go. We got kosher sliders.
Yeah, they were into it.
I thought it was awesome. We actually had 3 different sort of dietary plans happening from the grill.
Yeah,
It was pretty
yeah.
cool.
No, okay, Dime is saying no starch, carbs, or sugar for me, but plenty of Italian food that has none of that. Yeah. And their
There
menu's
is.
huge, so
Oh yeah.
I mean, we'll make sure ahead of time. Well,
Yeah, you can figure it
we'll
out.
make a reservation. We're not just going to show up and be like, "Hi, there are a bunch of us."
We have
But,
12
yeah.
people and
Yeah,
the volunteers
yeah.
are taking over. Who are you again? Boom. Yeah.
I know.
I swear.
Like,
But
get out of here!
when you're thinking about like big plates of
Oh
Italian
yeah,
food,
tofu spam. It was fun.
the tofu was awesome. Yeah, that actually worked
Hi,
very well.
Colonel Keg.
Hey, Keg.
Oh, the orange bitters. You know,
It's a thing.
I'm into it.
It's a thing. I'm thinking if you go to an Italian joint and you're like, I don't want I can't do carbs. Well, order the ossobuco. You know, that's a classic. It's a really big lot of food too.
Oh yeah, the tofu spam we made was good.
It's really good.
I actually enjoy it.
Look, end of the day, the fact is you're just infusing tofu with flavor. That will never fail.
Yep.
But the flavors include like salty, sweet, and there's beet powder for
Yep.
the color. And what else is in there? There was a specific thing I was thinking about that you put in.
There's maple syrup, liquid smoke.
liquid smoke.
Yeah, yeah, but
The smoke flavor you get in a ham, and then like the maple flavor for the sweetness, and it's actually very well done.
it is really good.
It's very well done. It's a specific combination you found on the internet, and it works well.
Yeah, yeah.
For
I
about
like
3
it.
seasons.
You know,
I think.
I sometimes
It's kind of
reach
great.
for it.
Yeah.
To
So
be honest.
we just have to wrangle that properly because every time I make this stuff, I'm like, "Where's the vegans? Where's the vegans?" I'm like, "I need you all on speed dial." So I'm like, "It's going live
He
in
was,
10 minutes
yeah.
now." You know, get down here. I don't have an endless supply of that.
Oh, Abra says I just made a fantastic General So's tofu. Oh, I would love that recipe. Oh,
Awesome. I love General So's. It's
Yes.
kind of bogus, but it's kind of not bogus.
yes. Mike from Ninth Wave
matter of
makes
fact.
vegetarian options at Ohana
Oh, he
a
does.
priority. He does. Yeah,
Oh, he
yeah.
really does.
He's great about
You got
that.
these rice bowls that are total pork, and you got
He's
the rice
great about
bowls that
that,
are
yeah.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
He really does. He knows. Well, after all, Sandy is not a meat eater. So,
Yeah, no.
hello.
Sandy's vegetarian.
There you go. Comes in the family.
Thank you, Abra. I would appreciate that. Hey.
We're always good with recipes. If anything we've ever made, you're like, what is that? Let us know. We can figure it out.
Oh yeah.
And we do a ton of food around here, and a lot of it happens to just by hook or crook be vegan. We look at it, we're like, is there anything in here that's not vegan? I'm
I
like,
think the
no.
sauce I made last
Yeah.
night was vegan.
What did it have in it? It had the apples.
I caramelized onions,
Mm-hmm.
and then I added some, I want to say applesauce, but it was just really apples that I had
Like reduced
boiled.
apples.
Yeah, reduced apples. And then I did just a bunch of herbs from the garden. I did
Yep.
basil, rosemary, oregano, and sage.
Yeah.
And then some fresh garlic.
Yeah.
And then I tarted it up with a little salt and pepper and a little more garlic powder because I wasn't sure it was enough garlic, and red pepper flakes.
There's absolutely nothing.
Oh, and dry vermouth.
There's nothing
And
non-vegan
dry
about
vermouth.
that. That is
Yeah.
100% vegan. Wow. You just
Oh my
made a
gosh,
great
it was
sauce.
so good.
If you work vegetarian, you're probably working
I just
vegan.
thought, like, this is either going to be amazing or horrible. But the good news is, if I make something that's horrible, I can kind of turn it around at this point. So
Figure out
sometimes
what's
I'll make a
going
recipe
wrong
and I'll
there.
be like,
Yep.
but I've got enough experience I can fix it. But yeah, that was
Too
good.
good.
That was good. But yeah, you gotta add the wine. I don't care what wine, but add some wine.
Pork chops and apple squash. Yes,
Oh, Errol and I eat meatless a few nights. Yeah.
you can do it.
Pork chops and apple shosh. Okay.
What again are we talking about? Yes, I
Brady
know what we're talking
Bunch,
about.
yeah.
I know what we're talking about.
Peter.
I know what
Pork
we're talking about.
chops
But definitely.
and apple shosh.
We will all be served well by eating fewer meals with the meats
Arbor says
and eating more meals with better meats.
a lot of foods are what we call accidentally vegan.
It happens. You just
That's
cut
why
certain things
vermouth
out.
vegan. It is indeed.
Absolutely, it's
Indeed.
all grapes, and infusion. That's it.
Ooh, yeah. I like mushrooms.
Mushrooms add a lot of savor. There is that fifth
Mm-hmm.
flavor that they add, the umami flavor.
Umami,
Mushrooms really
yeah,
cut it.
yeah.
If you start frying them up, suddenly you've got this whole savor thing going on. That's the
Yeah.
important thing about mushrooms. If you have a problem with fungus, all right, we've got to do something else. But at the end of the day, if you're going vegetarian, vegan, they're a great thing to start concentrating on. There's a ton of mushrooms out there. I like mushrooms a lot. And there's like all these recipes which are like mushroom sauce on steak. Well, what about mushroom sauce on a cauliflower? That'll work.
Yeah.
So that's the thing to be thinking about.
Yeah.
There's a ton of food out there. Eat it all. Eat it while you got it.
Oh, John Cage got me into mushrooms.
Oh, yeah. He was not only a vegetarian, but a noted mycologist. Apparently, he could walk out anywhere and be like, oh, this is edible, this is crap, don't eat that. And I also heard firsthand from one of his students that he was actually not only a great drinking buddy, but pretty hilarious. So, I will say that about a Cage. In his philosophy, he sounds a little stentorian, but at the end of the day, he ate well and he drank well. That's very important around here.
Texas,
I'm
18th
just saying.
century mushroom ketchup is on my list of things to make. Well, let us know. I'm curious.
Yeah, I would try that because we've seen the food specials where they talk
Oh,
about
okay.
ketchup being made out of mushrooms.
Elizabeth, I'm not much of a meat eater, but I'm an egg eater. Okay. All
Mhm.
right.
Eggs and
Oh, well, Elizabeth
yeah.
says... No, Elizabeth. Yeah, Elizabeth. Okay, eggs. Lisa says, my son-in-law is a mushroom hunter and he lives off the land. Oh my gosh! Wow.
bingo. You can spend a lot of time foraging, and with with mushrooms, and this is very important for the amateurs. You need to know exactly what you're looking for because the
Yeah.
difference between poisonous
Better
and
than-
edible is subtle
Yes.
in many cases. I am not going out in the field to check out mushrooms because I think most of them are bad.
I think one of our neighbors does, though.
I really think we do. We kind of call him John Cage.
Okay,
actually.
all right. I got to read this one, though, before you say it. Colonel K says, used to use code phrases way back when getting shrooms. You got that fungus among us, CD?
Yeah, boy. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, my gosh. All right. You can share the story before we...
The thing about the psychedelic poison mushrooms, they're not poison per se, although any alkaloid is considered a poison by the body. That just makes your body flip and then fun things happen. We'll just call that the natural high, which is what it is. And in terms of edible mushrooms that are more like, oh, it's porcini, that's just something that's food. You know, And at the end of the day, what it has is some substance and some umami. That's a lot of flavor that you're intending to get otherwise out of grilled meats. So that's really important to vegetarians, I think. We eat a lot of stuff around here that's vegetarian. Some of it happens to be vegan. Sometimes we just want like a really simple meal of pasta with a bunch of stuff added to it. Well, we got herbs from the garden.
That's what I did last night.
If you have the mushrooms too, bang, I'm done. We're good. I don't need all that stuff in my pasta. I need a really big plate of good substance. That's awesome. Oh yeah. There's a lot of different diets you could choose. The simple fact is that we're omnivores and you need to be eating everything that you can. So if you ever thought, oh no, give it a try.
I am not going to dictate anyone else's diet.
Give it a try.
But you were going to tell the story about our neighbor.
So I have seen him on frequent occasion foraging in the woods across from the house. This is actually a very short patch of woods which is attached to a big field which is attached to the auto body shop. And
ooh, yes.
There's not
you grow basil too, Abra. So good.
Not a lot going on in there, but you can definitely find some mycology going on. And I'm looking at him checking it out. I'm like, there's nothing in that field but fungus. So I think he's actually checking that out. And I'm thinking, aha, Mr. Cage. That's what I thought of. That's
we started calling him John Cage before we knew his actual name.
Yeah. So, the homegrown basil grows like mad. It's extremely weedy. I think it's really happy in very sandy soil. So if you can actually get like a big like standing box away from the groundhogs and put a lot of like grit in there, your basil will be very happy.
I chopped a ton of it last night for my sauce. It was so good.
I ate that sauce. It was so good.
I know it's gone now.
It's really easy to do that.
Should have made more.
And if you don't have enough basil plants, well, you can find basil on the market. It's a great thing to have.
The basil market.
I'm really happy with like thyme, basil, oregano. Oh, man, they're so easy to grow. We've done the hot peppers. We've done the super hot peppers. They're so easy to grow. They love it. We put all of the scraps in the compost. It forms fantastic junk, and they love it.
And there are so many varieties of basil. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Jeez.
Oh my god.
Thai basil. That's one. You know.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's great sauce.
Oh my god. I feel like we should. I don't know. We've sort of like our little cage. We have a little cage in our backyard.
That's a cage against the groundhogs.
Yeah. It's kind of full.
We need to eject the groundhogs. I know. There's a lot of stuff going on in that cage. I know.
They're so cute.
But they'll eat all your plants, like the deer.
Well, not the ones that are in the cage.
Yeah. Well, we have a 6-foot fence back there because of the deer. So, hello.
I know.
Yeah.
For being completely suburban, we have a lot of wildlife.
We get everything.
We really do. Oh, wait. Josie eats... Josie eats when she's in her hormonal seasons for mating. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Josie.
So cool.
Josie.
Thank you for that.
All right. Is it that time?
It's about
I feel like
that
you
time.
were signaling me.
Was I?
All right. I kind of feel like you were. Oh, mint. Yes. Well, we have a ton of mint.
Mint grows like a weed because it's a weed.
Yes.
And if you actually say, well, that belongs in your Mai Tai, well, if you put mint in your yard, I guess you need to simply make more Mai Tais.
Colonel Cake says, when we get on the spice aisle, it never gets old when I grab multiple bottles at times. I got too much time on my hands. It's hard to believe such a calamity.
You're killing me, man.
I love it.
I
love it.
Too good.
All right,
folks.
We gotta go.
You've been watching us for 2+ hours now. Thank you so much. You have seen we have a little zipper at the bottom of the screen, the patreon.com. If you'd like to support us via Patreon, follow the link. It makes a big difference. It really does. If you'd like to support us other ways, we have the Amazon store. You can go to Velveteen Lounge at Amazon and start there. Anything you buy at that point makes a difference. But you got to start with our store. And we still have merch. The merch includes towels, which look
Yeah.
like.
Those are Ohana tails. That's the Ohana tail.
Nope. Doesn't look like that. Looks like these. If you like a bar towel that looks like these, Jean made these, by the way, then let us know. They are available. They're not a lot of money to ship. That's great. We still have Glendora glasses. If you like these, let us know. Let's try to hook up. It's easier if I pass these off to you rather than ship them.
But we can
That
ship them.
is the extent of the merch that you can do, and then there's Patreon. There you go. Thank you so much for tuning in,
Thank you.
making it all
everyone.
happen. Oh, wow. It's a real thing, and we try every week to give
Thank you all so much.
different
You have
entertainment.
No idea how much we love seeing you.
Oh, I'm telling you. But it's been awesome to see you all for a couple hours plus on Wednesday. Check out all of these options I've been talking to you about. Any questions about the drinks, let us know. If you are a patron, you'll get all the drinks because that's what happens around here. And as always, no matter where you go, and no matter what you do, the simple fact is that you can't go far because we're going to see you all soon. Bye.
Good night.